good enough. I don't know how long the music needs to play, but that's pretty good. Welcome to Three Cousins Podcast, episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. I don't know why I keep doing that every time, but we do. I'm Seth.
I'm Derek.
I'm Bella.
And if anyone during the course of this show says the word Covfefe, I will kill you.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm kind of disappointed you went straight for it.
I'm not. No, I just want to say right now, because I even saw some like this morning when I was browsing the internet because I was bored. If any of you say Covfefe or Covfefe, I don't know how to say it. I don't care. You will die.
Okay.
So let's just get that out of the way.
The great distraction of our time.
All the things that happened this week, and everybody's going to focus on a Twitter misspelling. Like, that's how dumb everybody is now.
Pretty much.
Like, there were people. It was on like CNN or something, and they're talking about
everywhere.
like his Twitter misspellings.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
it was everywhere.
guys, we're pulling out of the.
Yeah, the dude
We're
pulls
pulling out of the goddamn Paris
The
Accords.
Paris Accord he's
Yeah,
out of that now.
that gets put
but
on
no,
the
no,
side.
that's nothing. What did he say on Twitter? He misspelled the word
He
coverage.
misspelled the word coverage, and it was Covfefe, and it was like, what are we gonna do?
We got him. He misspelled a word on Twitter.
Ha, impeachment. He can't spell.
Impeachment.
That's what's gonna get him.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the Paris Accord, that's a serious deal.
It's a serious deal.
And it should be covered.
It should be, but no one want to talk about it because that's hard.
Yeah.
Covering the Paris deal is hard.
Talking about Covfefe is the low-hanging fruit. The Paris Accord is the substance, and so of course it'll never get covered in American
Let's just put it
media.
this way: pulling out of the Paris Accord, bullshit.
Yeah, not a good move on his part.
Yeah, there's only
Terrible
three,
idea.
There's only 3 countries that haven't taken part in it, and 2 were for very good reasons.
Well, one is Syria.
One is Syria, and it literally says they were not expected to sign.
Yeah.
because
What's the other? Like
it's Syria.
Somalia?
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua, okay.
And I actually think they had a good reason.
What's that?
Because I was reading some stuff comparing the Paris Accord to the Kyoto Protocol.
Yeah.
And one of the big differences is the Paris Accord has no, like, it's not like legally binding. It's just like don't be a dick honor type thing.
Yeah.
The Kyoto Protocol actually had legal things and like repercussions.
Yeah.
Which, from what I understand, is one of the reasons why it failed. This one's just like an honor system almost.
Yeah.
And they said, Nicaragua basically said, no. If they don't stick to this, they need to be punished. They're agreeing to this. We're going to be green our own way, and we're going to be like 90% renewable on our own. So I'm like, do you? And then the third one is the Holy See, which is where the Vatican is located.
Yeah.
So they're not really like expected to do whatever. So those 3, that's it. And then us.
Now, the German press, there was this one magazine that said their title for it was "The Earth to Trump. Fuck you."
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so they were very on the ball, very on the nose with how they felt about
Or
this.
the Paris Agreement. I keep saying Accord. My apologies, everyone. You knew.
We know what we mean.
You knew what it meant. But yeah, let me make sure. Okay, it was Nicaragua. I'm making sure I wasn't wrong. It's Nicaragua. But what was I gonna say? I don't remember now. But yeah, it's just it's bad when you have like China and like huge companies, like corporations saying, "Hey, we should stick with it." Like maybe you should just stick with it. Like, I don't know.
Well, so here's the thing. So the United States has pulled out of this agreement, and basically what's happening now is Europe is saying to China, now that the United States has left the building, let's do trade.
Yeah.
So this is the reason why the corporations are really pissed off at Trump right now, because this affects them and affects their bottom line.
Everyone, everywhere,
so of course
on all
they're
levels.
going to be mad now.
Yeah.
That's why you saw Elon Musk and you saw the CEO of Goldman
Iger,
Sachs and Bob Iger and Disney as well. All these people are now, of course, criticizing him or pulling out of the president's council. So whether or not that results in any change from the president, we'll see, I guess.
Well,
I doubt it.
The good news is I was reading, like, how do you just not do it? And it takes, like, 3 to 4 years to, like, actually get out of this.
Yeah.
Like, someone did the math, and it was somewhere around, like, this actually possibly won't go into effect until, like, 2 days after the 2020 election. So he'll still be in office for a couple months.
He'll be his lame duck when he actually does it then.
It's possible that within the next, like, 3.5 to 4 years, something will change. It's not just like, okay, we're pulling out. Okay, we're out. Like, it's a long process.
Yeah.
It's not like we just dropped it and said, screw you guys. Well, that is kind of what they did.
Basically is what's happening.
In terms of actually getting out of it, it's a process.
It's like our Brexit, basically.
Yeah, it's a process. It's not just, okay, we're doing it now.
But it's still really bad, and it's laughable that
It's
we're
still
doing
bad.
it.
It's bad. It's bad press for the U.S. Like, even if we're not technically out of it, we have, well, not we, but our president has stated the intention of leaving.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm kind of pissed. I'm just like, this was a good thing.
He said he was the president of Pittsburgh, not of Paris. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then the mayor of Pittsburgh said, no, you didn't win here, first of all. And second of all, we are in favor of the Paris Agreement.
Yeah.
So not even then is he right.
It's not even that restrictive a thing. I was reading about like honestly, my research started with Wikipedia, but whatever. It went on from there. Wikipedia is fine.
It's a launching point.
It is, and it's the Paris Agreement isn't that strict.
Yeah.
It's a very, we want to do these things.
Well,
do it how you want to do it.
Do you know why it's like that, though?
Because everybody has different needs.
Because the United States lobbied to make it so much weaker than what it could have been. So we played a role in making it weaker, and then we pull out of it.
Yeah.
So
I like the fact that it wasn't super strict, because every country's different, and I kind of like how you can sort of...
Well, here's what I think is going to happen.
Mold it to your needs.
As a result of us pulling out and us being so influential and making it not a very binding agreement, they'll make a new one, and it will be binding, and it'll be very strict. Because the rest of the world is serious about cutting emissions. We're not, apparently. So
I guess.
I think you'll see something come along that'll be a lot stronger.
At least Capitol Hill's not.
I guess I'm the only person that legitimately thinks it's not a bad idea to pull out of this.
Really?
I think I might be the only person alive.
If we,
you're also Trump, apparently. So.
If we pull out, and we do like what Nicaragua did, it's like we're gonna pull out, and then if you just do our own thing, that's fine. But we're just like, it's such just like dark seas right now. We don't know what's gonna happen.
That's kind of what I was gonna get at. Is just because you pull out of this doesn't mean you don't care about the environment. It doesn't mean you don't want to lower CO2 emissions. It doesn't mean that you want death to other countries through global warming. It just means you're gonna do it how you want to do it, not the way the Paris Agreement wanted you to do it.
If we pull a Nicaragua and we start doing it our own way, who knows? But
I could be wrong. He might not care about it at all.
It remains to be seen.
Right now, it looks bad.
It remains to be seen, Derek, that Trump is at all serious about cutting emissions, and in any way.
I think right now he's more worried about the economy than anything.
Well, then he's doing a really poor job of it, because he's now losing trade to Europe and China by pulling out of this. It's going to hurt the. It's going to hurt the economy.
We'll see. It's early talks. It just happened.
We're also not even out of it.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just saying, but that's the thing, though, is that the perceptions of doing this, for the same reason why Brexit is a bad idea, even though they're not officially out of the European Union right now, the fact that they did it still causes all these trade ripples. So there's still negative consequences for even having suggested it or doing it, because the markets work in such a way that even when you make press like this, they respond to it in a certain way. So this is still a bad idea, even if we aren't officially, quote unquote, out of it. So, I mean, sure, we're not actually out of it yet, but it's still going to cause some havoc by doing it.
We'll see in the next few weeks, or maybe we might even take a couple months to see what the repercussions are. We just, right at the moment, coming off a few days, we're recording this on a Saturday, just coming off a few days ago of it happening, it looks bad. But I'm also, like, not dooming and glooming. Like, who knows what happens after this? Like, I don't know the future, but I can act like I do. But yeah, But at the end of the day, talk about that and not Covfefe. I know Covfefe is easier for memes. It's very easy to make Covfefe memes and stuff like that, but whatever, cross it off the list because I did it wrong on my computer. Oh well, guys.
Yes.
Nerd stuff.
Fun.
Nerd news. Last night, I was at work, so I don't exactly know when it got announced, but this September, new D&D campaign is coming out, and it's not like the last one. Tales from the Yawning Portal was just a bunch of old dungeons repurposed into 5e, and you just kind of put them wherever. This one's a legit campaign, and it's got such a cool name, Tomb of Annihilation. Now, I did some research. Apparently, this is a callback to really, really old, like, first edition 1975 D&D campaigns. There's a really powerful lich. I'm going to screw up his name. Acererak. Acererak. However you pronounce that. But it got announced. It's set in the land of Chult. It's basically a really dangerous... It's called an isolated peninsula, which I guess is different from an island somehow. But it's set in like these dangerous jungles. And they said it's like a themed sandbox. So it's not like just drop you in and let you go. There is a path to follow, but you basically get to choose how it goes. And one of the things they talked about is more or less magic is on the fritz. The dead are rising. Resurrection magic is on the fritz. And apparently these jungles can be full of zombie dinosaurs. So as soon as they said that, they said it's Indiana Jones meets like dinosaurs or something like that. They said flying monkeys are here. Goblins that stand on each other like totem poles to do combat. Just weird stuff. Possibly a new playable race. They're in Volo's Guide to Monsters called the Grung. And they're like these psychotic, almost evil little frog people. So that might be a playable race in the future, but we don't know that much yet. They did say there's going to be, like in the guide, you'll fight a T-Rex, like a zombified T-Rex that throws up zombies, and I guess you would fight them.
Cool.
So they didn't say what levels the campaign was. I'm gonna assume it's another like 1 through 10 or 1 through 15, which I kind of don't want, but we'll see. But yeah, September 8th for your local game shop. September 19th everywhere else, like Barnes and Noble and stuff. Oh, it says right here, Indiana Jones meets zombies. And interestingly enough, the guy, the creator of Adventure Time, was a creative lead in the writing room.
Really?
So this is gonna be kind of a weird.
Yeah,
he wasn't like the guy.
He's gonna bring some weirdness.
It's the brainchild of like one of the D&D people, but he was like involved. So there's gonna be some weird stuff going on. But I'm excited. I think wandering around in dangerous jungles and fighting horrible poisonous things. They said there's a meat grinder mode where, because resurrection magic is on the fritz, if you have to make death saving throws, now you have to beat a 15 instead of a 10.
Oh, okay.
So don't get knocked out and have to make death throws. And they said like resurrection magic may not work, and just it's gonna be.
You're gonna die.
It's gonna be D&D Korean War or Vietnam War or something. Like, it's gonna be bad. You're out in the jungle dying basically. But yeah, something to look forward to. And for those of you listening, we have no D&D recap because we have no idea when we're gonna play next.
Yeah, no idea. I was gonna ask you about your own campaign you're making.
What about it?
Well, I happened to sneak a peek at your map.
Stop looking in my room and stuff.
I didn't mean to, but I happened to see it was just sitting out, and I saw that it's not one big landmass. It's not a lot of islands, which you mentioned last time.
I'm changing it up to make it. It still has like the same dungeons and story and stuff, but instead of one big island, I'm breaking it up into a chain of islands.
Right.
That lets me be a little more creative with islands. Now I can have like a floating island, or it makes more like in this campaign I was doing now on the one big island, there'd be like jungles and swamps and like a mechanical area, and having that all be on one island didn't make a whole lot of sense. So now I'm breaking it up into different islands, and that lets me do cool things. Like I'm making one that's elementally unstable, so there could be like a storm that just spews elementals around the island, or just weird stuff like that. Pirates. It was definitely inspired by piracy and stuff. There's going to be sea travel. Airships were going to play a big part in the original one. I might tone that down just to make life a little harder for you guys.
My only suggestion is that since it is more of an island-based adventure, could there be some Wind Waker inspiration in there too? Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
There might be.
Just a tiny bit.
Well, you guys are going to have to make the map.
Okay.
It's a dangerous chain.
We may have to.
You're not going to feed a fish.
We may have to encounter some fish with brushes.
Map.
I don't know.
There might be some merfolk.
Something like that.
But something, yes. There will be influences from. That's the greatest thing about making your own campaign. And I look up guides all the time. How do you do it? How do you start? And number one rule they always say is steal.
Yeah.
If you like something from a game or a movie or another D&D campaign, just take it. No one cares. You're not going to get sued. Yeah. It's your D&D campaign. Rip off everything, mythology, everything. So that is exactly what I'm going to do.
Awesome.
Well, it's not like you're releasing it to the public.
Yeah, it's exactly. You're not a product you're selling.
We're doing this in someone's basement. Yeah. Like, I'll use whatever I want to use.
Exactly.
Sorry, guys, we got cease and desist. We can't play our game anymore.
Yeah, I got a C&D from Wizards of the Coast because... I got a CD from Nintendo because I had
Disney sued you because you have pirates in it.
Yeah. Oh no, Pirates is now copywritten. But yeah, jungles, really powerful lich. Apparently he has a dungeon called the Tomb of Horrors, which apparently in old D&D was super tough with some twists and turns. I read somewhere that they saw a map and the coastline and the villages were very well defined, but the jungle was not, and they hinted at possibly the DM being able to sort of customize where things are within this. So you're not just following the map, following the book. You actually get to pick and choose a little of what unfolds in your campaign. I think that's really cool. But hey, who knows? And then things for like WizKids and the other D&D supplements that we just don't play. But I don't know. What do you guys think? You want to fight some zombie dinosaurs? That'd be something you'd be interested in?
Or... it'd be interesting, I guess.
Yeah. You don't want to fight zombie dinosaurs?
I have to hear some more about it.
Yeah. Apparently you can hire guides to take you through like the jungles, and some of them will try to screw you over.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff
it really
like that.
is Indiana Jones.
Like there's like cannibalistic tribes that can live in the jungle. Like, there's gonna be some cool stuff going on in there.
Ark of the Covenant. It's in there.
I bet there will be at least one part of a dungeon where you'll pick up a relic and a boulder will chase you. There's boulder traps in like the DM
they'll
guide
already exist anyway, right?
Exactly, those traps already exist. Those are tried and true in all kinds of fantasy.
Roll for
Indiana
death.
Jones. Yeah, roll for death. DC 15 for death saving throws. That's going to be nuts. Hope no one dies. I hope you do. If it's cool enough, I will actually postpone the new campaign just because it does sound interesting at first. But we'll see. Oh, and they also said I guess there's living dinosaurs, because it said in the capital city, wherever that is on this peninsula, you can do dinosaur races. How you do that in a D&D thing, I don't know how that works, but apparently for fun you can ride a dinosaur and race them around the capital city.
Like make money or something, or what's the point?
I don't know. For fun, to make money, maybe to, if you beat me in this race, I'll take you to the temple. Who knows what they're going to do with it, but I think it'll be really interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, for those of you that don't know, we're in the St. Louis area. Derek, I'm super depressed.
Are you?
Yeah. Because it's Saturday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what happens in like a little over 24 hours?
Sunday?
Yes. What happens this Sunday in St. Louis?
I'm lost.
Metallica is in Busch Stadium, and I didn't get tickets because they were too expensive.
Yeah.
If I had been working more, I definitely, like, if I had been working prior to all this and stuff, I definitely would have gotten some. But it's like, I was looking online, it's like $80 for nosebleeds. Like, concerts are expensive, man. Unless you're going to like a smaller venue or something. But you can win them on the radio. So I'm just like, I never win. I'm not even gonna try. But I'm depressed because I want to go see Metallica. You can win like 2 tickets and stuff. They keep releasing more, and I just can't get them. I'm sad. I'm very sad. It could have been like Wayne's World, where it's like we got to end the show early because we're going to a concert tonight.
Right,
but we'll never live that.
No.
Except I think Megadeth will be here in August.
Well, we don't live in like the early 90s when
I know
things were cheaper.
Concerts were dirt cheap. Yeah, now it's all like these multi-billion-dollar bands with their expensive seats and ticket master fees and all that bull crap. But hey, Megadeth will be here in a couple months, I think. I'm gonna go see them.
Yeah.
So those tickets will also be cheaper. So I'm sorry, Metallica's just more popular, but hey, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to go see Metallica. On my little list, I had Metallica with a little sad face.
Oh.
It was a colon and then a parenthesis. The left side parenthesis. Everyone needed to know how to make a sad face on the internet, and I showed you how to emote. But I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. What are y'all doing? What happened this week?
So House of Cards season 5 came out, and I watched all of it one day.
Of course you did.
Of course I
All of
did.
it
That's my tradition, is to, whenever it comes out, just binge the whole thing.
Well, that's the model that works now.
And
that's
works.
why they do it.
So that's why I do it. So I mean, I guess I'll talk about it for a second. So this show, if you don't know what it is, it's basically a cynical version of The West Wing. The West Wing is this super idealistic show. In The West Wing, all of the people who are in government are just working for the common man. They're all well-to-do. They all mean well. And in the in House of Cards, it's the entire, and just totally polar opposite.
So reality.
It's reality. It's closer to reality for sure. They all want the payout. They're all looking for what's in it for them. That's every character's motivation is that.
That's what I want.
And so that's what it. And that's
Screw
that is.
everyone
And
else.
I do think it's closer.
Screw
to,
your pets.
Myself over you.
Yeah.
I do think it's closer to how it works in Washington. But the way that the show plays out, it's over the top in the way it works.
Okay.
So.
Is it though?
But no, it really is.
Is it though?
So here, I'll explain why it kind of is. So, they just had an election in House of Cards, and the way it resolved was far different from how our supposedly crazy election concluded. In our election, of course, we had, once again, a person who won the popular vote but lost the Electoral College. And this time the clamoring was, oh my God, will the Electoral College maybe not vote for the person who won the electoral votes? No, they did. So was there really any surprising development in the real world? No. Now, how did it work in House of Cards? Well, basically what they did, you have Frank Underwood, our villain hero character, or I guess what would you call that, villain protagonist? Anyway,
Is he Kevin Spacey?
He's Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
Yes. He wanted to win, but he was losing. He was losing in the polls. So what his idea was, okay, I will somehow get at least 2 of the states to not certify their vote, and then we'll invoke the 12th Amendment, which says if an election for president does not have all the states certify, then the House has to vote for president instead. So basically what they did is, now the thing about Kevin Spacey's character was he was the whip in the House before. So his whole thing was he whips for votes. He pressures congressional members to vote a certain way. So he has that experience in this, of course, and he's whipping votes, and he's trying to wheel and deal basically to win the presidency. And that's how he wins. So that's not at all, of course, what happened in the real world, but in this show, that's just like standard fare.
That would never happen in the real world.
Like the idea that the 12th Amendment would be involved, no.
I'm sure it's happened.
No, it's actually never.
I'm sure people have tried to make that happen.
There's the votes have always been certain. There's never been.
I'm sure someone's tried.
Probably tried, but
someone's
not actually
got a wild hair up their ass. Like, I bet I could do it, and they just fail. P.S. Spoilers.
Well, I mean, I assume you probably aren't going to watch it, but I'm not telling. I'm not telling you the details of anything else that happened. That's like the first 2 episodes or something. So
I don't like politics as it is. So sitting down and watching a whole show about it, I really don't think
that
would be appealing.
The whole
to
show
me.
is nothing but politics and people getting killed.
It's a lot of just people talking and screwing each other over.
It's a lot of sex. There's a lot of sex in the show.
It's Game
too.
of Thrones without swords.
It's pretty much that.
It really is.
It's
sex and backstabbing.
Okay.
It's Game of Thrones with suits instead of swords.
Okay.
But I like it, so I've just stuck with it. Yeah, but
it's called Game of Oval Office.
Game of Oval.
Pretty much. That's the throne. So
Game of White
the
House.
leather chair. That's what. Game of leather chair. It's very boring. But did you like this season? That's what's important.
I actually did. There were a lot of interesting sort of twists in this season.
A twist.
And the main plot line of this story, the first one is Frank wants his power and he wants to hold on to power, and the other storyline is he's corrupt and he does a lot of heinous things and it's going to catch up with him one day. So that other plot line.
So Breaking Bad.
It's sort of Breaking Bad. Yeah. The sort of the Hank Schrader aspect of it.
So it ends with him dying.
Well, or suppose we don't know yet. He doesn't die.
Or going to jail.
Accidental spoiler.
There will be a season 6, but it remains to be seen what exactly will happen there. But basically, the dominoes keep falling each season about, okay, we found out about this, we found out about that, you did this and that in season 1, so now we know what's going on here.
Right.
It's a lot of it is a cover up now, basically, for what he's been doing in the previous seasons.
Sorry, guys, I got to undo this marker.
Yeah.
I was going to write down time codes, and I haven't. And we're already like on our 3rd subject.
Oops.
For fuck's sake.
So starting from now, I'll write down time codes.
This shit.
Not very. I got to listen through and write down time codes. So I'll just remember that at some point in this podcast, we've had 3 subjects before this.
Have you been watching anything, Derek?
The new season of The 100 just came on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet, but I think it's like season 4 or 5 at this point.
You've been watching
It's not bad. It's okay for a Netflix show, I guess, but...
How dare you?
I don't know. Netflix just has gone downhill, in my opinion. I don't know.
There was something... was it the CEO of Netflix? I don't remember what he said. We need more cancellations.
We need more.
And what he meant by that is that they're not making enough shows and taking enough risks. Because like basically everything they make is like a sure thing.
Right.
He's like, no, we need to be taking risks and making things that could potentially suck just to say that we did it and trying new things. Like, we're not doing enough of that. I'm like, that's a really interesting idea. Netflix makes money either way.
Yeah, try risky projects. I like that idea.
That's what he's saying. He's like, we need to try more and more things, and it's so suck to get canceled, but we'll find gold. Like, we need to stop making these.
You'll find true art that way.
You got big directors coming in. It's like, I'm going to make a Netflix show now. It's just like, that's a sure thing. Or Marvel's going to do something like, those are all tried and true.
Like they're going to finally make the live action English Death Note series on Netflix.
Oh God,
I don't know how that's going to go.
I think it's going to be bad.
I haven't seen too much, but I mean I saw the trailer.
Based on my history of Japanese things getting converted into American stuff.
Yeah, they usually are not good.
Street Fighter, both of them.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
That was what the
Ghost in the
M. Night
Shell.
Shyamalan.
That was Avatar. Avatar's American though.
No. What was who directed the Dragon Ball one?
Some nobody.
Okay,
I don't know.
I thought that was also M. Night.
Nah, that was some no one. He did Avatar.
I see. I know he did Avatar, but yeah, I don't know.
Ghost in the Shell.
I'm not sure. I reserve my judgment for now. I look forward to it, but I have no idea.
When you adapt anime into English, I don't know. They are doing a Castlevania thing though. That's going to be really cool. I think.
Is that a Netflix series?
It's going to be a Netflix thing. I think that's going to be awesome. Just because vampires and castles and all these monsters. Yeah. It's just you can't go wrong with that. Hopefully. I don't know. They were going to make that Zelda show?
Are they going to?
Are they ever going to make that Zelda series?
No, they probably aren't because Nintendo's so protective of any of their assets.
But Nintendo okayed it.
But then they pulled back then.
Well,
because
did they ever pull back, or is it just in development?
I had heard that it basically became that they okayed it, but then they were not okay with how it was working, and so they decided not to. So
one day we'll get it. We just don't know.
Maybe. What it's going to take? Yeah. Well, Mario unfortunately.
I'm surprised we don't have another Mario show by this point.
Here's why.
I'm very surprised.
Apparently, the movie that horrendous movie.
Oh come on.
That really hurt them. They have never got over it.
Then make a cartoon that shows that you can do better.
Well,
don't do live action.
They should do a cartoon. They really should.
Because let me tell you this. I just talked about converting like anime into English
Video
stuff.
games have that problem
Don't convert anime or video games into any kind of movie because they usually don't work.
Usually the plot of a video game is too long to condense into an hour and a half or 2 hour movie. That's true.
Or when you break it down, a video game story isn't good enough to make
it's also usually not very good
because
the whole point of a video game is the action of a video game.
It's cut gameplay of it separated by like very few, unless like Metal Gear, because honestly the Metal Gear series is a movie separated by segments of gameplay.
That's true. But
like there are a few exceptions of cutscenes. Yeah. But it's usually just I need an excuse to kill the bad guy. Like what were Doom was fun, but it was terrible. Assassin's Creed I didn't even watch because it looked so terrible.
Yeah.
Mario, there's all kinds. There were D&D movies. That's not a video game. This had video games made on it, but there were D&D movies. I've seen them like on the Sci-Fi Channel. That's your first warning. When you see it on the Sci-Fi Channel, it's like we're gonna show the D&D movies. I'm just like, oh no. But yeah, there's all kinds I'm not even thinking of that were based on video games. That if I went back, I'd be like, oh yeah, that got a movie and that got a movie. They were supposed to make a Halo one back in like 2005.
Yeah, that's
never happened.
They made a
Peter
Halo
Jackson
one.
was supposed to do it. No, like a live action one.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Did something. I don't remember what
they
it
do like
was actually
CGI
called.
animated films.
But it was supposed to be like a Peter Jackson, like Lord of the Rings type epic Halo thing, and that fell through.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't turn your video games into movies. Turn them into more video games.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. I'd be more than okay with that. They're gonna make a Monster Hunter.
Oh, the Ghost in the Shell movie. That was another one too.
Yeah, I talked about that one. That was the anime to American. They're making a Monster Hunter movie. I'm scared.
I don't know about that.
Guys, Monster Hunter doesn't have a story.
One day you're gonna get
There's no story to Monster Hunter.
You're gonna get the Animal Crossing movie. There actually was the animated.
That's called Life.
See, that's cute.
There was an
though.
animated
You can make
film.
like a cute little cartoon and shorts and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine.
The live.
The whole
action
point of that
Animal
game though
Crossing.
is just to make rent.
Yeah.
It's a very depressing game.
Like,
pay off your debts and do
Here's your
hard
debt
labor.
collector. He's a raccoon.
Just try and make money however you can, and just make
money
pay
and
off
don't
your
get
house.
evicted. Start
But
a
I
little
forgot.
farm.
There actually was an animated film one time for that.
Yeah.
But,
Well, didn't they do stuff with Pikmin? Little Pikmin
There
shorts?
were
or
like
something?
Pikmin
They're
shorts that Nintendo
experimenting.
made, yeah, that's
They're
right.
experimenting with not video game content. You know, they already broke into mobile gaming. They got what 3, 4, 2, 3.
They were just like little tiny like shorts though that they put on the 3DS
like
as
you
like
gotta
shop
start
or something.
somewhere.
That's all they
I
were.
wouldn't be surprised if they did like an animated thing with Netflix.
For Pikmin?
No, just for like their properties.
Well, I mean, that's what they were trying to do with Zelda. I just don't know if they're going to.
But Zelda was going to be a live action.
That was going to be a
though.
live action one.
Yeah, I'm talking.
I think an animated one would be.
Take your cutesier properties.
That would
Animal
be,
Crossing. Do another Kirby cartoon. The Kirby cartoon was great.
That one was actually pretty good.
That was a really good. How come that was like the only one?
I guess because Kirby.
That's actually not true. F-Zero had a really good anime.
That's right. Apparently,
F-Zero was really good.
We should splice in the clip.
That had
this...
nothing to do. Like he had the Falcon Punch.
Yes.
And he like blew up. It was like Dragon Ball Z
galaxy.
where it zooms out of the Earth and shows like a light beam. Like it had nothing. It had racing.
Yes.
But it was just so. You saw Captain Falcon without his helmet and stuff, and it was just weird.
They should stick to the animated format.
Oh god. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. If you're gonna do Nintendo stuff, just be animated.
Yeah.
Like even the more realistic things, like if they decided one day I'm gonna make a cartoon on Bayonetta, like don't do a live action one, do a cartoon on it. Like just stick with it. When is Smash Brothers gonna get a series?
Smash-a-may.
They'll just do all of their properties in one universe, and that'll be the show.
Yeah, that could work, I think, actually.
And you know who won't get one?
Whoa.
Metroid.
Because
no one cares about Metroid anymore, and it makes me so
There is a
mad.
fan film for it. If you want to see that.
No, I want to see a real one.
No, you don't want to see that.
I want to see a game. Is what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see a new game.
Well, okay, like I said last time, I think you have a good chance of it this time.
E3, Nintendo's E3 is in 10 days. I think they go on the 13th.
Yes, that's right.
So that always confuses me, the dates, because it says like June 13th through the 15th, but actually starts on the 10th. The 13th through the 15th is like the on-floor stuff, but the presentations are before. I'm like, just give me a legitimate and you go on their website, they still don't have a schedule up, and it's in like
a week, basically.
Microsoft goes in like a week and stuff. I'm just like, really, guys? Like, what the hell are you doing?
We'll find out.
But yeah, that's that. Another thing there, guys. E3, 1 week. Starts in 1 week. Nintendo's in 10 days. We're going to see...
I'm still saying, okay...
what happens.
Metroid, Pokemon... we're gonna definitely have the Mario game.
Oh, it's
playable.
gonna be all Mario.
Mario will be there.
Mario's gonna be a huge part of it.
You'll probably see some Splatoon 2 again.
Yeah, Arms. Probably see a little bit of Arms.
Some more Arms, probably.
And then unannounced.
When does Arms come out? Isn't that?
I don't know.
This month or next month?
I honestly don't know.
It's really soon. Whatever.
It is soon. They're doing test punches and stuff. It's gonna be.
There's
soon.
one today even.
Yeah, it's gonna be soon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to play Warhammer?
I'm not opposed to trying it. It's one of those that's a lot of money put into these things.
No, you're right. For those of you at home, Derek and I are unsure of whether or not we want to play the miniature army making, I don't even know what you would call it, strategy, battlefield game, whatever, Warhammer. We're
it's
not
almost like
sure.
D&D on a grand level.
It really is. It's like everything has their own stat sheet. You roll dice.
Right.
All you need for Warhammer, though, is 6-sided dice.
Oh, really?
That's all you need. Everything is decided by D6s, and it's just how many of those did you roll.
That makes it simple.
It does, and I have a shitload of those. So it's going to be because sometimes you have to roll like 10 of them because each of your unit or each figure in a unit is attacking. It's like, just roll them all.
Well,
it's fine.
I like the idea of having different armies, and you build it yourself, you paint it yourself. It becomes what you want it to be.
I tested one. I bought a little one, just one of them single ones. I built it, I painted it. It was a lot of work. I got some super glue on my hands, and actually the figure stuck to my finger once because I was trying to paint it while some other glue was drying.
Nice.
But it was relaxing. It was just an hour. I had some Netflix in the background. I was just painting, like, what colors do I want to use and all this stuff. Painting tree people, so I get to do like some more greens and stuff, hopefully. And then I really want to do the big ones, like the 6-inch figures and stuff. Those are gonna be really fun to make.
Right.
But I actually wrote down some pros and cons of it the other day. See if I could remember them. Like, my big thing is if it's just like you and me. Yeah. Or like, I know Austin and I have been talking about it for even longer than I've been talking about it with you. We always joke about it. Like, when we get real jobs, we're going to go start playing Warhammer and stuff. It can't just be like you and me and like a couple other guys, because like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, all that stuff, I can spend $20, make a completely new deck and a completely new experience. Warhammer's too expensive.
Yeah, it's
up there. To just be like, I'm bored with my tree people. I'm going to build skeletons now. Yeah. And I go drop X amount of dollars. Right. Because you just... That's the other thing. You got to like read the play style and like be like, I want this one. Because you can be like, I'll buy these figures and try them out. And because you got to assemble them and paint them. And there's just... There's so much where you got to commit to your army. We would have to... Apparently some shops around here play like on Sundays and stuff though. So we might be able to make something work. But we would have to play with other people just to keep it fresh.
Well, I'd want to go just to see what the hell it even plays like.
Yeah, I've been watching some videos and reading up on the rules. It's not as complex as I thought it would be. Yeah. That's like, good. There's some nuance, like there's the whole, you move things in terms of inches and attacks having range and stuff. But it's just like playing D&D, except I actually have to have like a measuring tape and things like things move as units. So it's not like I have 50 dudes. I have to move in 50 different directions. I make squads of them, and I move them all at once. So a lot of it is not that complicated. But there's still a lot of nuance, because some things have like 7 abilities, like on the more important or bigger units and stuff. And it gets a little complex.
Now, if it is just you, me, and our friends playing it, I know it'll be fun because we're pretty chill with rules and whatnot.
It would be fun. I just don't want to become
If we're going
stale.
to... They're like a fantasy bookshop, and they're people playing and just super anal about everything. That would really turn me off from
That's
the
true,
whole,
and I'm kind of glad. I talked a long time. There was one of the dudes who works up at the shop. He's like the really tall one who works there basically, and he's the one who, like, I don't know if he like runs the group or if he's just one of the people that runs the group, but he says everybody there is like differing power levels. He said there are some people that are like super anal about it, and some people are just really chill. But he's like, I'm in charge of the pairings. So I'll just he puts like the hard asses with the hard asses and stuff. And he says like they're really good about just not really segregating, but just matching people up to match their own play styles more.
So segregating.
Yeah, so segregating. Segregation in a good way. It's good segregation.
It's never good.
It's good this time. But yeah, my big thing would be, do I want to play this army for a long time? Will it get stale? Because from what I understand, it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic or Pokemon where new sets come out every couple months. Like, this is pretty much what we got for the foreseeable future.
It makes it simple.
Like, I know 40K, the more sci-fi one, has more stuff. Shut that cat up. He needs to be quiet.
He wants to go outside.
I know. But who's letting him out? I don't know. Get him out there. Bye, cat. Bye, Felicia.
Yep.
But more or less, 40K has been around longer, so they have more stuff. Like, they have a new edition coming out pretty soon, actually. Some of the stuff got leaked for it. But Age of Sigmar, the more fantasy one, the one I like more, has a little less because it's newer. So maybe in the future it'll get more, but right now there's a lot of stuff out there, but it's not as expansive.
So
as
they
40K.
don't really add to the set; they just make a whole nother set, essentially.
Yeah, but it's not like, oh, and now your old things are done.
Right.
Like they'll just be like, here's the new edition with new things, combine them all. It's not like they make your figures obsolete as soon as the new edition comes out or something. From what I can get, I might be completely wrong.
Right.
But I think I'm right. I think I'm right. But I don't know. I just want to build my army. And
I do too. The problem is it's like what, $30 for the starter sets, which have like 15 people in it, something like that.
80
bucks.
Well, actually, it's like 70 on Amazon.
Holy
but
crap!
I want to.
I thought I saw ones for 30. What was I looking at?
Those are if you want like a small group of like.
Oh, like three or four,
or if it's like like the dryads or the skeletons where they're your horde unit, you can get like 12 of those. But yeah, but from what because I was talking to the guy, he's like, you can pay that and get those figures and never get anything else for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to.
Right.
You can just buy that army. I mean, honestly, that's only, depending on where you go, it's only like $20 more than a video game. And how long do you play a video game? A month maybe, and then you're done with it unless it's something you play forever. Like, if you look at it like in video game terms, it's not awful.
I guess, but man.
And I have paint. I got some paint from Sarah's house. I have all the paint we'd need.
It just seems like if a starter set's $80 and you got like, how many figures are in a normal? Like 10, 12?
Depends on the...
Like normally though, is it like...
It's anywhere between like 16 and 20.
Okay.
So enough.
So how long does a battle last where you have 20 on either side?
Like, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, the one I would get, the tree one, it comes with a branch witch, like 15 or 16 dryads, and then one big dude. Yeah. So I would have 3 units that I would do stuff with every turn, and it really just comes down to how much the dice gods love you. I don't know.
Because that would be one thing I'd be interested in, like what size armies are these guys playing with, and how long does that army last?
I would like a bigger army. I'm sure some of these dudes, because there's like free mode where you just take whatever you want, and then there is a point buy mode where your units, and you can give them like abilities and stuff, and those cost points, like a 2,000 point army or something. But those can apparently get pretty big. Yeah. But that's a good point. Like if a battle only lasts like 10 minutes, right? And I only have this army, like it's gonna get really boring after a while. Just buy 2 starter sets.
Yeah, sure.
Just buy 2 starter sets.
You know, buy 3 of them.
Yeah, buy 3. Why not?
Shit.
I was looking though, because like we saw those ones that are like the bosses of their faction. Yeah. Like there was the green angel looking late on the beetle for the trees, and like yours had like a big angel guy or something. Yeah. And those were like $130 a piece. I read somewhere you never need to get those.
Oh really? It's just if you want.
I was looking at their stat sheets or some of those, and they are insane. And a lot of people said that's not something you like fight against or like have. It's something that your opponent or you survive. Like they're so blatantly overkill that you don't actually need one. It's just, do I really want one? And apparently for point buy, they're like half your points if you pick one of these things. So they have really cool abilities. They have like a bunch of attacks and spells and stuff, but you never need to.
So it's like you could buy a starter set and a big guy.
You could be like $200,
and that's it. Well, I mean, like that's all your point value basically, right there. Yeah,
unless you're playing unlimited, or you could buy a starter set and then like another thing of like horde soldiers, and then like a couple mediums or whatever, and be done. Right. Like it's kind of like with Magic decks where you just buy, or like I just make one and then I just upgrade it over time. Yeah. Like you just start with one thing and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna get some more dryads, or I'm gonna get another tree lord or something. Right. But I don't know. Well, what we need to do is print out. They're called war scrolls. Your stat sheets. We need to print those out. Look up all the rules. Right. On the surface, the rules are very simple. So when you get into the abilities of creatures, that's where like all the meat comes from. Right. Get all the little figures I have for D&D. Yeah. Make mini armies out of like that and action figures. Yeah. And just play it like that, and be done. And what is that cat doing?
She's trying to get behind the blinds, and she can't figure out how to do it.
Because she's too fat. Guys, we have our fat cat producer, and I mean that as in she is a fat cat, not like she's a suit on the 50th floor. Trying to get behind it. Oh, are you done? Are you done inconveniencing us? I don't know. But yeah, I'm willing to try it.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of D6s, you know. The other thing is, I don't want to buy terrain.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'd rather
there's
make
so much.
terrain.
I would totally make terrain. Get like some paint and some glue and tape and a bunch of cardboard. I think that'd be really fun to make buildings and stuff and like walls and whatever. And just splay it on a table.
Well, with the size these guys are, you can almost build a Lego city if you wanted to.
You really could. If we had enough Legos, you could make a Lego city. Yeah. Screw this. We're just going to do it with Legos. We're going to have Lego Warhammer.
Honestly, I think that's how we should start.
We're going to get double.
We
definitely should get War Scrolls and like all my little plastic things and stuff and just see if we like the way the game plays.
Exactly.
That'll also help us see how quick a game is.
That too.
Because I want a big army. And I want a long, drawn-out skirmish.
Some thought brought into it.
Yeah, but then again, some of these guys have been playing for years, and they just slowly build these armies over time.
That's
so
true.
It's not something we're going to have huge things right off the bat.
Right.
It's like every couple months,
yeah.
you know, maybe get a little something.
Uh-huh.
Hope you heard my chair scrape. I hope you all did.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, yelling at cats, dropping markers on the table is making me thirsty boy.
Are you?
I am.
Are you thirsty now?
Well, then we have something really special for you tonight.
No, we don't, because I don't have a cup because no one got one.
We have to go get those.
Yeah, we don't have any
though.
cups. You got to use your hands.
I don't know what you
I'll
want me
be
to do.
right back then.
Yes. Well,
okay. Right back after this.
Well, yes.
I guess we'll talk about it for a second. Let me get it out of the fridge.
Well, let's wait for Derek to come back before. How about we do a cut, like a small cut?
Right. We'll just sit here in silence until Derek gets here. No. Well, here's the thing. We've been doing beer a while. Doing beer for a long, long time, and by that I mean for 4 episodes. So a month of beer. I'm tired of it.
So we'll change it up a little bit.
We actually didn't even do beer the last time. We just talked about food. Speaking of which, guess where I ate last night?
Where'd you eat?
I went to the Chuck Wagon.
Did you?
I went to the Chuck Wagon after work. I had skipped dinner because I lost track of time at work.
Mm-hmm.
And we were driving, and he was just like, there's a place I know to get a good burger. I'm like, you talking about Chuck Wagon? He's like, yeah. I'm like, no. You go to Chuck Wagon, you get Mexican food. So I ate at Chuck Wagon last night.
Yeah.
And it was delicious.
What'd you get?
I got the Fiesta dinner.
Fiesta dinner. So what's it come with?
It comes with, all their Mexican meals come with Spanish rice and refried beans, both of which are delicious. And it comes with a lot of it. But I was really hungry. I didn't know what I wanted specifically. So I got the Fiesta dinner, which was everything. It was a taco, a tamale, which I'm not the biggest fan of because it's not a tortilla. It's like dough. It's the things that are steamed in the corn leaves or whatever.
Right.
But it was really good. And then enchilada. I love enchiladas. And then it came with, it was weird, half a tostada. So like they cut that flat thing in half and covered with like beans, cheese, lettuce, tomato. And then it said a nacho, which confused the hell out of me. Turns out I take like half a taco shell and just cover it in melted cheese, and that's the nacho. I'm like, oh, that works, I guess. It was amazing. Yeah. I was so full. But yeah, support your local businesses, guys. If you live around here, you know where we are. Go to Chuck Wagon. So, Bella, talk about this. I'm going to open it up.
Okay, so this is a Beringer Red Moscato. It's a sweet wine. I'm not gonna say I'm the wine expert, but I do drink some wine every once in a while. And
it smells like shit.
Yeah, he's not gonna like it probably, but this is definitely.
Let me pour.
For someone who's probably not drunken too much wine like Seth, this is definitely.
That was
going
probably
to be
too much. You guys want some?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit.
All right, pouring some wine for my homies.
That's good, yep. That's all you really need.
You want a swig, Derek? Is
yeah,
that good
let's
enough?
do it.
I got too much. Can I pour it back in the bottle?
No, you'll have to drink it. I'm driving home.
Give me a funnel. No, I got like maybe
Here,
like 2 drinks worth of it.
Where did the bag go?
What do you mean where the bag goes? I don't know where the bag is.
It's right there. It's right there. Hand me that.
What do you want the bag for?
Because I brought something else with it too.
In the middle of a show, you're
This
telling
just
me to grab
it
bags?
smells dry. Like
But it's actually not dry. It's a sweet wine.
It just smells like shitty
I don't
grape
think there's
juice.
any wine that isn't dry.
That gets the air out of it.
Did we really need to do that right now?
Yes, because you have to get the air out of it.
Why? Because it'll taste bad if we don't.
Yeah, you gotta preserve it.
Okay, so what is this? A red Moscato? Do you know anything about Moscato? Because I don't.
It's a sweet wine. Okay, it's
That's all it
probably the
means?
Sweetest of wines you could try.
Does Moscato, is that just Italian for sweet wine?
Basically.
All right, Derek drank it. What do you think? You did a wine shot.
Yeah,
you don't shoot wine.
That's what you're supposed to
You
do.
swirl it.
You have to sort of taste
I didn't take that much.
Here, I'm gonna do it how they regularly do it. Ready?
That's gross.
This tastes terrible.
Tell us.
This is bad.
Tell us your feelings about it.
Tastes like bad grape juice.
It's not horrible. I just rather have like Gatorade or something.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing. It has no flavor. It tastes like bad watered down grape juice.
All right, now do you want to know how I actually drink this usually?
From the bottle?
No. No, I take some Capri Sun and I mix
my
it with
God.
this.
Wow.
And it's really good.
You are such white trash.
It's so good though.
That is one of the. I take a
mix
Capri Sun,
with
Well,
mom.
I'm just telling
and
you.
then I mix it, and then I funnel it back into the pouch.
It's fruit juice that tastes really good, and I put that in there too.
That's so. Here's the thing: if you're gonna mix with like juices, you don't mix wine. You take like rum or vodka or something.
True.
That's
You
what
probably
you
shouldn't.
mix
You probably
with.
shouldn't with
you
this.
mix
but,
hard alcohol, not wine.
but
Yeah.
I made a wine spritzer out of Capri Sun.
just so you know, this is a really cheap one. This was like $5. Okay. This is
Yeah,
not,
I can
this
tell.
was not that much.
I believe you.
Mm-mm.
Although I've had some really expensive wine that I just literally couldn't drink.
I can't tell
it's
the
like,
difference.
There's no
No.
point in buying
I
something
can't tell the
expensive.
difference between cheap and expensive wine.
No, I
And
can't either.
there have been studies shown that most experts can't either. They're just making it up.
Yeah, I actually saw an episode of that where
Yeah,
they changed the color.
Don't know. Yeah.
They changed the color of the wine, and it changed the opinion drastically of what the wine
they
was.
don't know the
Or
difference.
they do like food dye in it or something.
Yeah, I guess it's like
Basically.
here's a white wine. It's the same wine.
and
It's just a
just dye it
different
some
color,
red.
but one has a warm smoky, and the other one's like a cool breeze.
I've seen one where they just blindfold you,
So-
like you don't see anything. They don't see the
Yeah.
label, the color, anything,
Yeah.
and they can't.
But you gotta
tell.
see it.
You can't tell
Yeah.
what's what, and this is just, God, screw you, Italy,
It's
or
called
whoever invented wine.
Is it France? I don't know.
France made champagne. Who invented
know about
wine? I'm looking
wine.
it up. Joseph Wine.
Probably Italy.
Shelley, it's called a tasting and it's cultural.
No, this is who invented wine.
Yeah.
What
do you got?
The oldest known winery was in Armenia.
Damn you.
So screw you, Armenia. I'm sorry about your genocide and stuff. Thanks for giving us System of a Down, but if you invented wine, which so far you seem to hold the smoking gun, screw you. This is terrible, and I
Yes.
keep drinking it because I feel like I have to. I'm dumping that out.
Our
Or you
10,
can
our
drink
10
it.
I'll
seconds
finish it
of
off.
Google.
I don't have
points to
any.
you.
I don't have any Capri Sun.
No, you don't.
So
but it's fine. It also I did it initially just to sort of get used to drinking it, but I can just drink it like this now. And it's fine,
Once
but-
again, if you have to get used to something, you shouldn't be ingesting it. I will stand by that. You have to
That's probably true.
If you have to train yourself to eat something, don't eat
you
it.
have to sort of acquire the taste for it, and that
And I don't believe that.
And that sort of implies that maybe it's not worth having in the first place.
I don't believe in
understand.
acquired
I understand
tastes.
what you're saying, but
yeah.
you know what? I don't care. I'm drinking this, so whatever.
Like when cavemen were fighting for survival.
They weren't drinking wine.
Yeah, they weren't.
They did not know the process of fermenting grapes.
not even the whole thing about wine. Just like when
Or whatever
cavemen
this is.
cavemen were fighting for survival and eating things to keep themselves alive, they weren't just like, you should eat this.
That's
No,
a good
it's an
question.
acquired taste.
What
It's like
was-
no.
When did they first start cooking things?
When fire was
When
invented.
fire was invented, but when they
kept getting sick and couldn't figure out
thought,
why.
When the thought of having meat next to fire and then it got cooked, I think that's probably what it was.
Maybe.
I don't know.
When did
Maybe they
cake-
just
Something fell on the fire and then they
That's
ate
probably
it.
more. Like,
maybe they just saw some meat baking in the sun.
maybe so.
Like maybe they didn't even.
When
it was accidental.
When did they start
cooking.
making bread or cakes? That's what I
farming?
wonder. But like
when
who
they started
first,
farming.
Who first had the idea of mixing eggs, flour, and sugar together?
No one knows. Someone.
Hard to
mystery.
All
say.
this stuff
Yeah.
was just someone saying, "I wonder
Yeah.
if I take the egg from this chicken,
Right.
the juice from this cow, and I crush up these grains.
I was just thinking about that today.
What's gonna happen?"
I'm sure Ramsey could give you the history of food.
Oh God,
Like
I'm sure he
crazy.
could. Actually, one of my friends took a course on like historical foods and whatnot. I don't know if they went that far back. What are we looking at? Your chair is gone.
I know.
Our producer has stolen your chair, my
That's all
friend.
it takes.
That's all it takes. You had to get up for 2 seconds.
Yeah,
And
she's
then just
there.
nothing. Nothing at all. But yeah,
So your friend took a class on history of wine? You said?
no, it was just about food throughout
Oh.
culture and history and like
Okay.
geography and all that. I don't know if they went back that far.
Right.
Into like
The
who first made
origins.
bread? It'd be like I don't even know if you could know that.
I'm sure it started off
Like the thing I just looked up is just the oldest known place where they found like ancient wine and wineries and stuff. Like they don't even know if that's where it came from.
Right.
But I don't know if you ever could know who invented bread,
idea.
who first cooked meat. John's steak. It's always John and then the food item. John's steak. I mean, think about it. Who first drank milk?
Was it John's sandwich?
The Earl of Sandwich.
Earl Sandwich.
Like, who first drank milk?
Hard to say.
Who looked at that stuff?
Milk? Yeah.
Who looked at that stuff and said, I'm gonna put that inside me? Maybe it was all accidental. I bet cheese was accidental. I have a feeling cheese was an accident.
Could have.
I can't see how else you would be like, okay, we're gonna take this.
It just seems like a lot of fermenting happened. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I can't imagine someone doing that on purpose just to see what happened. I think
they just left it out.
I think it all came from just leaving stuff out.
Probably.
That's what a lot of cooking is just leaving it exposed to the elements.
Yeah.
And it's just like, who made yogurt?
Right.
Yogurt's weird. I don't know.
It's all true.
Or wine. Was that accidental? It's like, what if I crush up these grapes, add some sugar, let it rot for a while or however it works? Oh, it'll get me drunk. Maybe someone just ate bad grapes.
Maybe.
And they were just dude.
They just left the grapes out too long.
They were just a little bit rotten.
Why did people start smoking things? I don't mean like smoking meat. I mean like tobacco and stuff.
Yeah.
How the hell?
I don't even know.
Were they just like, I'm going to light these leaves on fire and it's going to feel good?
They probably burned them in a fire.
Probably that first.
And then inhaled that smoke and just realized, hey.
Could you imagine the first people that got high?
Oh man.
On like marijuana.
They were just burning
they were just like in a forest.
Right.
A grove.
They just
beautiful grove of marijuana, and there was like lightning struck a tree or something, and there was a fire.
They just grabbed plants to start a fire with.
They were just like, okay, guys, we need some
greens.
Yeah, we gotta
make
a campfire. We're gonna die out here tonight. And then they were just like, dude, it's like, go find more of that plant. Like, who made beer, and when can I get a time machine so I can go kill them? Like, who invented beer?
Beer's pretty old.
John Beer. Yeah. What if I take all of this stuff and just let it sit? Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of it is, though. Is just let it sit, add some sort of element or pressure or something, like Hakarl. You ever heard of? You know what Hakarl is, right? That's the rotten shark they put in the ground.
Okay.
Like in Norway or something. Mm-hmm. They take a shark, like a reef shark, like an ugly looking shark. They bury it in the ground, like on the beach, piss on it to like, it helps like break it down or do something to it. Mm-hmm. Cover it in soil. And then when they're done, they like just hang it up by the tail and let it dry out and stuff. Who the hell came up with that process? It's like, guys, okay, I killed like a Viking. We're just like, I killed this thing. And it's just like, let's piss on it and bury it and then eat it. It's just like, that's a good idea. Let's try that out and just see what happens.
It was probably an initiation.
It was revenge against one of those sharks one time.
Maybe. Or that's your initiation to get into the brotherhood kind of thing.
If you want to travel with Leif Erikson, you got to eat rotten piss shark. And it's just like, I love Leif Erikson. Like, he's such a cool, Eric the Red, I got to travel with this guy.
Let's take this rotten shark and make it as nasty as we can. Just make them eat it.
Some poor ignorant fool who was just like, if you want to get into Valhalla, you got to eat piss shark. Odin said so. And it's just like, Odin told him. I guess that raven flew away. I guess that was Odin talking to him. So are you like looking up who invented bread?
No, I'm not.
Okay. But like noodles? Who the hell made noodles? It's just all weird. I don't know. Some other stuff is just... Who invented the Cheeto? Now we're going to get modern. Like, when you break it down, Cheeto's a weird food. It's just like a poofy corn thing, and someone's like, I'll make cheese dust.
Yeah.
And just cover it. It's like, I don't know how that got made.
Hard to say.
I don't know. I don't know why we're talking about
I don't know.
We went from wine that tastes like ass... to the history of just food in general.
That's just because I thought about it today. I'm thinking, because I was dealing with something like that. And I'm just like, when did like scrambled eggs become a thing? And like,
I think scrambled egg was an accident.
Like that was probably just they dropped some eggs near a fire and then they sort of started.
Or like, you got to remember where we came from. It was hot.
Yeah,
it's perfectly possible something broke like on an exposed rock, and it just cooked.
Could have.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking, okay, so then, because I mean, like a cake at the basis of its ingredients is flour, eggs, and sugar mostly.
Yeah.
And some other stuff too. But I'm just thinking, like, when did they mix? Like, they made bread and like, oh, well, let's throw an egg in there. Let's just throw some sugar in there. What is that going to do?
Oh, it's cake now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to take icing. I'm going to make icing. I'm going to invent icing.
You know, I don't know.
It's just, I don't know.
Well, and then you get to the idea of how did they come up with these ingredients? It's like, how did they think to, produce flour?
Yeah, like when did they have sugar? When did they have flour?
Yeah,
right?
like you don't just find flour in the wild.
Yeah, you have to process wheat to make flour. Yeah,
exactly.
Experimentation.
It's a long process. Like one guy did it.
Right.
Like he found some wheat and he's like, I'm just gonna smash this. Oh, what's this do?
Smash it up.
And then,
it's so sad that all these like people that arguably these life-changing things, like the invention of flour and making like granulated sugar,
pasteurizing milk,
like none of those people, unless they are recorded, I don't know. Most of those people probably will know.
Well,
the person who first did,
we do know.
The first person, but like the first person to like make like primitive cheese, or the first person to just cook meat, we'll never
know them.
No.
Like the reason we have
that's
double
the ether of the past.
The reason we have double cheeseburgers. Bread, cheese, cooked meat. We'll never know.
Right.
We'll never know why that. Condiments are kind of weird. Who like invented mustard?
Or mayo.
Colonel mustard. Yeah, who the hell decided mayonnaise was a good idea? Mayonnaise is delicious, by the way. But who was just like, cream, eggs, I got some lard here. I don't know. Let's just see what... I think like just one thing.
I think the first mayonnaise was just lard they put on a sandwich. I think that's what it was.
It's basically Crisco with like a little olive oil or something.
It's like, it's not bad, but
maybe what happened is like the first guy to like throw an egg in something and it worked. They were just like, let's throw eggs in everything.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Let's see what else eggs can do. Yeah. Oh, it made this. Oh, that's called mayonnaise now. Oh, that's
a pancake.
That's a pancake. You don't put eggs in a pancake. What the hell?
Yeah, you do.
Dude. I just use pancake mix. I don't know how to make a pancake.
When did pancake mix first get invented?
Put eggs in pancake.
Who first made a pancake?
No idea.
That was an accident.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all.
Maybe try to make something.
They tried to make a cake.
He tried to make a
pancake.
It was just flat.
Yeah.
Hey, what if I made a cake in a pan?
Right.
Oh, and it came out like that. It's like,
flat.
Pancake. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's not puffing up at all. This is kind of disappointing.
Now I need to invent maple syrup.
I actually am very confused as to how waffles came into existence. Because waffles are one of those things where you need a very specific implement to make a waffle. You can't just wake up one day.
Yeah.
Like I can wake up one day and just say, I'm going to make hamburgers. I'm going to make a pancake. I can even just wake up one day and say, I'm going to make bread. This is when I have this stuff. You can't just on a whim want a waffle. You have to have a specific machine to do it, or at least
to make the shape of a waffle.
Exactly. Like waffles.
Like the first waffles probably weren't that, but they were something like that.
Then why do they look like that now?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know the answer.
That's what I'm saying. Like
they just wanted a pancake shaped differently to hold the shit.
They wanted a crispy pancake.
Well, they wanted to have divots that hold whatever.
They're also crispy. Like that's another thing. Like pancakes are fluffy.
Without knowing what the actual origin is, that sounds like a royalty kind of thing.
Possibly.
Like it just sounds like something that the royal.
We want texture. The poor people.
I want a textured pancake.
The people in the gutters are eating pancakes. I want syrup divots to hold my cream and syrup.
There was actually a time where lobster was so prevalent that the poor people ate lobster.
I remember that.
And the wealthy people had like the cheap shit. Like
they ate like like rabbit droppings or something. Like oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. Lobsters had like a really derogatory nickname back when they were poor people food, but I cannot think of what it was now.
I don't know.
But like lobsters, but you're right. It was like that's poor people food.
It's like there was just such an excess of lobster.
And then the rich are eating off like lead plates and dying. And they're like, why are the poor dying? It's like because they're eating off the ground.
The ground is better than lead.
They just boiled the lobster, threw on the ground, and went at it.
Lobster. It's the most expensive meat available.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, that's just. It's like it's flipped now. Like, you have to be rich to eat produce now.
Essentially.
Like, it's not always that bad, but like...
But, like, organic...
To eat whole foods.
Not even like organic, but just like to go get just...
But like, that's at a premium,
any produce is expensive now.
Your whole... Like, any whole food, meats and
like, that's
vegetables
it's just so... It's just so weird. Like, all the stuff that's so cheap is so processed. Apples just grow on a friggin' tree.
Yeah.
Why is that so much more?
I think what you're witnessing is supply and demand, and unfortunately the supply is getting cut short because of food shortages and environmental conditions now are not as favorable. So
this is why we need to do more of that GMO stuff. And like you've seen like those things where it's like farms like in a building and it's like 15 floors
like
of produce
stuff,
all like that stuff. We need to do that, man, because if I could have the size of a farm but it's like 6 stories high, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Just make those up high farms and stuff.
If we can figure out how to make light just as good as the sun,
Totally. Once we start like perfecting artificial sunlight, man, then it's gonna be real.
Then it's fine.
Or just learn how to like grow like night apples.
Yeah. Night apples.
Like seriously, like find out how to grow plants that don't need the sun and still turn out just as good. I don't know
if that's possible, but maybe
you could.
They'd have to not photosynthesize.
Yeah.
Or just with very little light.
Like I have a feeling it's a genetic engineering problem.
Probably.
So like I don't know what you'd have to do to make that happen.
No idea.
Whatever happens during photosynthesis, whatever chemicals or whatever are made, just find a way to replicate that.
It starts with sunlight.
What I'm thinking to actually make that happen, it would have to be something that like a potato doesn't. I don't
because potato grows in the ground.
They grow in the ground, right?
Roots we don't have to worry about.
So make a root apple, and then there you go.
A root apple?
Yeah.
There you go.
Apple.
Hey, in France, potatoes are called pommes de terre, which means apples from the ground.
That's true. So now let's do apples that are like that. Yes,
now we're making actually apples in the ground.
Yes, it'll be literal now.
France is like their head's gonna explode.
They're like, what?
It's gonna be like, wait a minute, we already have apples in the ground.
Yeah.
They're called potatoes, you idiot.
Yeah, got to call it Mark II or something.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Like, you can do root stuff. No, you get away from here, kitty. You get off the table. She is so nosy. I gotta be in front of everything all the time and meow at people. I hate her. No, I'm kidding.
Well, she's by herself right now, so she doesn't know what to do.
Oh, her brothers are outside.
Yeah, the two boys are outside.
Well, they're out exploring, and she's being fat and
she
getting into stuff.
She doesn't ever want to go outside.
I know, she's too dainty. But just that's the thing, though. You can get all the nutrition you need from, like, root stuff. Like potatoes, carrots. What else are root foods? Anything dirty. Onions.
Pineapple.
Pineapples are actually
radishes.
Berries. I didn't know that.
Really?
Pineapples are actually berries. They're the biggest berry. I did not know that. I'm just like, what? What do you say, radishes?
Radishes.
Yeah, like you can do most of your nutrition from a root thing, and then you can just like make a multi-story or like underground. I don't know, man. Do whatever you want to do.
I mean, we have the sun right now. We don't have to worry about sunlight, I don't think, really.
But I'm saying if you want to make something like multi-story, it's hard to get the sun in there accurately.
That's
what Derek's saying.
I feel like if you create,
you can do like windows, but like the stuff in the middle is going to suffer.
You just wouldn't have a middle. I think that's just an engineering problem. How would you create something that gets the maximum amount of sunlight? That's put all your plants on the exterior.
Mirrors.
Put the plants on the exterior. Have your like workstation in the center.
You mean like artificial terrace farming?
Something like that.
Like
maybe.
Make your own terraces and stuff.
Well, I'm thinking if it's like a hydroponic, so hydroponics is just they're tubes of water that the plants grow in, and so they don't actually live in soil. They just live in a water tube.
Yeah.
So that's how they get really huge. So just create that. That seems like the way to do it.
You just got to find a way, for the things that like the sun, like tree. Like when we start getting like tree things like apples and whatnot, like you got to start worrying about that. But we should totally do it.
Like you can grow tomatoes and watermelon this way. Sure.
Things like on vines or whatever, or like broccoli, like low things. Yeah. That would be easier to do. Once you start getting to like tree stuff, you got to start being like, how are we gonna do this? Because trees are big.
Yeah, they are.
Like, we got to make tree houses.
They take a long time to grow.
That too. Trees to this, like, you want to start growing this stuff. You got to start
now.
Yeah. Or just find out a way to grow them
20
quickly.
years you might have something.
Find a way to grow them quickly. Make a tree that grows in like a week.
That'd be rough.
It would be rough. Maybe not a week. It's a little
full
fast.
of holes.
Make a tree that can grow in like a month.
A month.
To like fruit bearing size. You could do it. It's the future, man. We can print organs. I can make a tree that grows in a month. Okay.
3D printing apples.
We've been to the moon. We've been to the moon, and I can grow a spleen in a printer.
Yeah.
Why can't I make a tree that grows in a month?
I don't know.
Let's work on it.
I have the world's porn library in my pocket because I have a phone, not because I have like a porn pocket or something. My pocket opens to a pocket dimension. It's a bag of holding for porn. But no, like all this stuff, and I can't make a tree that grows in a month.
I think the moon is a lot easier of a shot than a tree that grows in a month.
Like, have you seen how far away the moon is? Come on.
We should go back.
I bet if the Russians
could try and do it.
I bet if the
prove that we did the first time.
No, just to say it's technically possible. We can still do it again if we wanted to.
Yeah. What's the point, though?
I mean, because a lot of the technology we had back then, we kind of discontinued the program and everything else.
It's like either we have this Paris Agreement. Oh, we can go to the moon.
You only get one.
You only get to choose one. You only get to
We
choose
don't
one.
have enough money for both. It's kind of like where it's like, okay, you can either get
All right, develop the moon colony then.
You can either get an Xbox for Christmas or a puppy. I can't afford both. It's like, do you want climate change or do we want to go back to the moon for 2 days?
I would choose the moon.
You go back to the moon for 2 days instead of climate stuff. Okay.
We could focus on CO2 some other time. I want to go back to the
CO2's stupid. I can't even see it. I can see the moon.
I can see the moon every day.
I see the moon every night.
Unless it's a new moon.
If the world is truly on a path to ruin, go to the moon.
Just go to the moon.
Just smoke
anyway.
a cigarette in your controlled environment, whatever it is, and just watch the. Just
We're
watch
gonna
the.
smoke a cigarette on the moon.
You create a
In the
colony
lander.
base, or whatever, in the lander, whatever it is.
It just doesn't ventilate out.
Yeah.
It's just smoke
You just
for the rest of your life.
you just die from that, but
Yeah,
that's fine
like,
because otherwise you're just gonna die on the Earth anyway. So
That's
you
true.
guys will just
Hey.
enjoy watching the Earth die.
I'd rather improve the Earth because we got nowhere else to go.
Me too.
This is it. Like, I still want to explore the oceans and stuff. Not me, but I want someone to.
We still haven't really done that. That's
Exactly.
the
I mean, it's
thing.
full of trash.
It's difficult
Yeah.
to do.
Well, make it less difficult. Make something that can go that
Light only
deep.
goes so far down.
Artificial light. Make something that can go that deep. It's more about the pressure, too.
We can create like drones or something that can go down there.
We do that now.
Yeah.
It's just the pressure.
We just
When
gotta
you
do more of it.
Yeah,
basically.
we still haven't built something that can be like as strong as like all the way.
Yeah.
Because we don't even know if that's like the Mariana Trench or something. We don't know if that's the deepest point. That's just the
Very
deepest.
good
That's the
evidence to
deepest
support
point
it,
we've
but-
discovered.
explored,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, there is evidence because like
There's
if
very
you
good
go any
evidence to
deeper, it starts to get
support,
weird.
But it probably is the deepest.
It probably is, but it might not be.
But yeah,
We might not.
there's all kinds of life down there we probably haven't discovered yet.
Totally.
And the thing is, we've probably killed a lot of it without even
Leviathan
knowing.
exists. What if they're so ancient and powerful down there that our activity doesn't even affect them?
Yeah.
Like they're just because they're so
We
deep
won't
down.
know until we go down there, I guess.
Leviathan's real. He's down there. The Kraken is down
does
there.
he speak to you?
No, the Kraken is down there.
Do you know how they discovered the Mariana Trench?
I don't remember.
They're just trying to. They literally have a big old ship with anchors.
And they
stuff,
just dropped
and they
it?
just try to map out how deep are the certain
That's
levels of
so
the
much
ocean in a certain
chain.
spot. Yeah, it is.
How do you have an? Is like the boat just chains inside for
Probably.
the
I think
anchor?
of rope in this
Rope?
case.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
trust rope.
Well, I'm just saying they
Give me some
dropped.
steel
It was
cable.
probably really good rope.
They dropped an anchor to the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
That is the most primitive
And it
way to
worked.
do
And
that.
they
it's
and they measured it
hilarious.
out.
I guess we.
They measured it. They had that much rope.
I guess
sitting
now
on
we
the
would just
ship.
do sonar.
I don't know
or
how many
something now.
feet that is.
They had
but
to
it's a
count
lot.
it. They had to count the ropes that came back, and someone's like, drop it again. I lost count, bro. I'm sorry.
I want to say it's like really, really, really deep. I don't know what number, scale, magnitude. or
Mariana
anything, but
Trench?
it's
Well, I have a computer right
Yeah,
here,
so
so
I
let
want
me
to say
look it
it's
up real
higher
quick.
than
Look it
Everest,
up,
but I
yeah.
don't know.
Oh, it's definitely higher than Everest. Yeah.
I don't know how
compared
much
compared
higher.
to the depths of the ocean, Everest isn't that tall.
God, that sounds really far fetched now to think that they dropped an anchor down there.
Oh, I read the
That
wrong
much
number.
rope. That'd be a lot of rope.
That's a lot.
Like a lot of rope.
I don't think it went all the way to the bottom. Maybe it just went into the trench.
I don't know. Maybe they ran
it's like-
out.
Yeah, maybe they
did
ran
run
out.
out.
Like,
I don't
wow,
know.
that's a
Its
lot of.
maximum known depths is 36,000 feet. So that's 7
roughly-
miles, a little more than 7 miles, or right around. So it's 7 miles deep.
I don't think they had 7 miles of rope,
They-
Eric.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
7 miles.
I thought I saw
of
this thing where they
rope.
maybe they ran out of rope or maybe they hit the bottom.
They
I don't
ran
know.
out. I don't know.
Seems like they wouldn't
I'm
carry that
leaning
much rope
toward
on just the.
ran out of rope.
Well, I mean, they also
We
have
won't
to.
know until we look it up.
You have
probably.
no idea, but
Actually, it does say right here in 1875, using a weighted rope, which recorded that depth.
36,000.
Actually, it recorded a depth of 26,000. So I guess they had to
they
go
ran
back
out.
and
So
get
they
more
did run
accurate
out.
they had to
reading.
go get more.
I think they had to go get a better reading. Yeah. But you're right. They did use a weighted rope to try to
Yeah.
measure how deep this damn thing was.
They were just like, "Oh shit, it's going straight to the bottom. We need more."
Yeah.
And then they ran out of rope.
It's crazy, man. I wouldn't want to go down there.
No, that'd be terrifying.
'Cause-
I would almost bet if you had an anchor and you put it at the bottom of the Mariana Trench and pulled it back up, people would buy the shit out of that.
Try to like
Just
Sure,
to
I mean,
say like
somebody
this
would.
was at the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
I wouldn't do an anchor. I would do like a big like trawling net, like they use like to get bodies out of bogs and stuff, where you're just like trying to pick stuff up,
Right.
and then just like, what did I get?
This was in the bottom of the.
Yeah, this is at the bottom of the
There
Mariana
probably isn't anything
Apparently there
from
I
are.
don't
sunken
know.
ships, possibly, but
No,
I don't know if
think
anything
they're
would
in the
last.
trench.
There
maybe.
could be.
Anything
You know how
would
deep down the
last that long.
Titanic is? Like, some stuff can fall down there. The Titanic...
I don't think it's 36,000.
It's not that deep. I'm just saying,
not that
like,
we know of, anyway.
stuff gets down there. The Titanic... That's one of the reasons they couldn't reach it forever, because the Titanic was too deep.
Was there any aquatic life down there, though?
Yeah, there was some life.
There's some down there.
There's a section
fish,
here.
I mean, like something that's not a fish.
There was something. There was small shit. I'm sure, like plankton,
like plankton.
There are apparently snailfish down here.
Snailfish, okay.
Yeah, which, oh my god,
pretty gnarly.
They look like that. Guys, they look like a penis with a face. It looks like a fillet of fish you cut off of another fish and then gave it a face. Like, I feel like I should grill that.
It's ready to go.
But yeah, there's stuff down here. It's just, that, including huge crustaceans known as supergiants. Mm-hmm. So it's got
interested now.
Marine gigantism. So yeah, stuff gets bigger down there just because it can.
That's
and there's all like
survive.
Yeah, like, and there's all like that. I think like the heat down there, the geothermal stuff has something to do with them being big. I don't remember now.
There's like extremophiles that live down there, like bacteria and stuff.
And Leviathan.
Well, there is also
the Kraken.
Part theory in like what you said with heat. When it's warmer environments, things get larger.
Yeah.
Too.
She's trying to get that blind again. Hang on, what's it about pollution? In 2016, a research expedition looked at the chemical makeup of crustacean scavengers collected from a range of that many meters, so almost at the bottom. Within these organisms, the researchers found extremely elevated concentrations of PCBs, a chemical toxin banned for its environmental harm in the 1970s, concentrated at all depths within the sediment of the trench. Oh, wow. I mean, given enough time, it will make its way down. Like, everything goes down. But maybe these things are so powerful they don't know.
Hard to say.
Can you pollute Leviathan?
So the thing is, just knowing that we've probably indirectly poisoned things then.
Yeah.
And so we've definitely affected the environment in some way that we will not have been able to determine what it was because we will have found out after the fact.
Until Godzilla appears.
Right.
Godzilla lives down there. Actually, it was like a small... it's going to be Crabzilla. It's going to be one of those giant crustaceans. It's going to get poisoned. And it's just going to get... There could be like a massive, like, truck-sized crab down there, and I will find it and tame it.
Yeah.
And I'll have a crab mount.
Good luck with that.
Possible nuclear waste disposal site. Oh, well. Apparently there's talks about that.
Just drop it down there and have it crush.
In the hope that tectonic plate subduction occurring at the site might eventually push the nuclear waste deep into the Earth's mantle. That sounds like a terrible idea.
Then there's just nuclear waste in the mantle?
Unless the mantle is like so powerful.
It's really hot.
That the mantle just doesn't care there's nuclear stuff. Like maybe just what's in the mantle is so much worse.
I don't know.
That it's just like nuclear waste. Blub, blub. And it's just like...
I don't know, Derek. What do you think?
I don't think that's a good idea. No.
What would happen if you put nuclear waste in the mantle?
I'd have to see the
I
science.
don't think it's hot enough to where it would really fuck things up, but...
I was saying, like, the pressure combined with the heat, like, would it just not care?
I mean, they're heavier elements than what's actually in the mantle, right? The core is iron, right? So,
supposedly,
nickel, iron, and...
Yeah.
But it's so compressed.
And now it's got plutonium.
Yeah. A nuclear
Are we gonna like supercharge the Earth, maybe?
Yeah. That's how we're going to explore
last longer.
space.
We'll keep the Earth living longer.
We're going to have a nuclear engine in the center of the Earth. And then... You ever seen that movie, The Core?
Where they the journey to the center.
They have to restart Earth's core with a nuke.
So stupid.
We watched it in a science class just to like, this is stupid, guys. Let's watch it because we don't have anything to do today. They get like a machine to drill into the Earth's core, and they have to explode a bomb to restart it to keep it like moving or something. I'm just like, this is incredibly silly. Dumb. Why on Earth the planet core? It just makes me think of Star Wars Episode 1. Where their core was made of water. Can you even do that?
Can you?
Can you
have a core of water?
Naboo in Star Wars, its core is made of water.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how they went from one side to the other. They swam through the planet.
I want to say...
Okay, so it's hollow. It's almost hollow-like.
Yeah, the core is just water.
There's passageways through them.
Yeah, that's how they got from one side of the planet to the other. Was they just swam through the planet.
I want to say without actually knowing the science behind that, I would say
probably not.
Probably not. Just because isn't a moon or a planet forms by having a core.
They may
of
have
something.
called it the core. It doesn't mean it was literally.
It's not literally.
Water.
There's probably just an ocean.
There was much shorter routes if you go through the water.
It's also Star Wars.
It's also Star Wars. It's not accurate.
Speaking of the moon, what's at the center of the moon?
More moon.
Is it just more moon? There's nothing like
the
inside
center.
it.
the moon has elements of the Earth in it, and so
guys, the moon.
I don't believe
the moon has a core.
Really?
Somewhat molten liquid iron outer core.
Yeah.
So the moon does have a core.
I didn't think it was large enough to have a core.
Apparently, it has one. How hot is the center of the moon?
I mean, if we subscribe to the idea that the moon was formed by an impact on the Earth and that tore away part of the Earth and that became
2,600 degrees Fahrenheit for the core of the moon. We're learning some stuff, guys. We're doing some science today. I don't know. Who knows how the moon got here? We'll never know.
Well, I mean, we have
ideas.
We have an idea.
Yeah, we have predictions and theories, but we'll never. All that stuff, we'll never know.
The question: were you there, Seth? Were you there when the moon was formed?
I wasn't.
Well,
but we have, good,
Then don't talk about it.
Yeah, well, we can guess and stuff.
We can do
at the end of the day, who knows? And honestly, I don't really care.
You can't explain that.
The moon's there. Yeah. I don't give a shit how it got here.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I just know that I'm here, and I want some chicken nuggets. So the moon really doesn't enter into that.
Yeah.
I like the moon because werewolves. There we go.
Yeah.
The moon's made of silver.
And there's a Nazi base
on one of the Magic the Gathering planes. The moon was made out of pure silver.
Cool.
And it did. That's why there were werewolves and moon madness and stuff. But that'd be kind of cool to have a silver moon. And yes, there is a base on the other side with Nazis. That is a very strange movie.
Although entertaining for the most part.
Yeah. When did the second one come out? Did it ever come out?
I didn't know there was a second one.
There were trailers 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe. Iron Man 2. Iron Man.
Iron 2.
Sky.
Wait, what?
Initial release September 2017. It still hasn't come out.
This year?
These trailers came out a while ago. The premise, yeah. So those of you who haven't seen Iron Sky, we're just gonna go into Iron Sky. I really don't care. It's a movie. It actually is about going back to the moon.
Yeah.
It's actually and they call it Black to the Moon.
Yeah.
Because they sent a black actor up there just to show they did it. There's totally not Sarah Palin as president and stuff, but it's definitely her.
It is.
But they discovered that on the dark side of the moon. That's what the Nazis went after World War II. And when you see UFOs and stuff, it's actually Nazi scouts going back to see if the Earth is ready to be retaken over by the Nazis. And so eventually through all these mishaps and stuff, they go back to Earth and they drag moon rocks behind their ship to launch at the Earth and destroy cities. And then you find out they have this really rare energy source that they kept with them on the moon. And so the nations of the Earth start nuking each other because they're helping each other fight in space against the Nazis, and they start turning on each other. And
it's entertaining.
It is very fascinating.
It's a very silly movie. It's very good though. I thought at first, when I first started watching it, I didn't know it was a comedy.
Right.
So I thought when we first started watching it, when it just has them on the Nazi moon base, I thought it was a really bad sci-fi movie like you see on the Sci-Fi Channel. And then they went to the part where the Nazis are oh, a black guy, we can fix you. And they inject him with white pigment. And he looks like Dave Chappelle when he's dressed up as a white guy for the rest of the movie. I'm oh, this movie is just a comedy with weird stuff. But yeah, Iron Sky, The Coming Race. 20 years have passed since Nazis from the moon invaded Earth. Following a nuclear attack in Washington, D.C., the President of the United States is evacuated to Antarctica and enters the Hollow Earth, a vast subterranean civilization. There she rendezvous with Adolf Hitler and his pet Tyrannosaurus and begin their plot for global domination. It also turns out that the President, Jesus Christ, Hitler, and Vladimir Putin are secretly of a reptilian humanoid race.
Oh, this sounds like the Church of Gale now.
So that's... Have you guys heard of the Hollow Earth theory? Where there's a Earth within Earth and there's stuff down there. And they bring in the reptilian thing and it's going to be weird.
Yep.
Oh, man. But yeah, Hitler is, and Putin and all those guys, they're all in the movie. It's going to be interesting. Why did we start talking about this?
I don't remember.
Oh, we're talking about the moon.
The core of the moon.
Talking about
yeah, we're just talking about weird stuff.
Talking about stuff like that.
That's what happens when you freeform your podcast. You just talk about whatever you want.
It's a stream of consciousness.
Yeah. Yep. We're about an hour 18-ish in. Before we go off on more tangents, I do want to get to something.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah?
I sure do.
Am I going to enjoy what we're going to get into?
You're not going to enjoy this marker not working. Let me get the second one. Honestly, this week for Craigslist, I found kind of weak.
Yeah. So normal-ish.
Hey, I thought last week was really good. Okay, none of these markers work.
Well, I don't know.
Can you guys hear this? Okay, screw it. I'll just go back and listen later. I kind of can read that. But yeah, I thought this week was actually kind of weak for Craigslist.
Okay.
I had to do a lot of... I don't go past anything earlier than last week's show.
All right.
So basically I do that whole week or whatever period, and I had to go back pretty far on some of these.
All right.
But we will see. And I even put them in a way that maybe you won't pick number 2. So the first one, I got a short one, I got a medium one, and I got a long one. Okay. So I'm going to do those in order. So this is Finding Love on Craigslist. This is where I would play music, but I'm not. Number 1, pussy spanking. With a cat meowing in protest, and now it's on Bella's chair. But anyway, pussy spanking. Black female looking to have someone spank my pussy with a wooden spoon, paddle, etc. Then once it's swollen to suck and kiss my fat pussy with a pH. So that's number 1. Here's number 2. If you pick number 2, I'm gonna be pissed because it's in St. Charles where I went to school. Very nice little town. Stud lesbian needs birthday present.
Stud lesbian.
As the title says, I'm a stud lesbian, so I'm on the...
Hold on. What is that?
I'm about to explain it. As the title says, I'm a stud lesbian, so I'm on the masculine side of the fence. So I guess stud's the new word for butch. I don't know.
I guess.
But still 100% female. My birthday is this weekend, and I wanted to try something new. I'll be 24 and willing, winky face. Mm-hmm. I want to see what a man can give me. Honestly, I want to have a man inside me, and I want to be shown the ropes on how to please a man. Please, no one over age 50. She's 24 and she cuts it off at 50. Other than that, I'm very open. Reply with birthday surprise to the subject line. Can't wait to see what you have for me. Smiley face.
Seth, that one sounds, for Derek, like the best one so far.
So far.
I mean... I can't imagine why he wouldn't pick that one.
Well, because the pussy spanking lady might be sexy, and this is the masculine.
Yeah.
This is the pants wearing lesbian.
Yes.
So it could just be, bleh. But we'll see. And then I picked this man for the title, and now for something completely different. Here's the title of this one.
Nice.
So here's the deal. Yes, this is real, and I hope it works. This is in South County, so also very close to us. We are an early 40s couple.
No, my God.
All right, now
we're
Derek
doing this again.
She is bi and I am straight. We enjoy in the bedroom man, female, male, female, female, male, and male, female, male, female. They've done it all. Outside the bedroom, we love hockey, even though it's a heartbreak every year. I just love how detailed this was about their lives. Baseball and normal everyday things. We have dogs and cats, so if you have allergies, we're not for you. God. We are secure in our relationship and have an already amazing sex life. We've tried repeatedly to find a regular third guy for fun, but let's be honest, most are flaky, cheaters, or try shady things. Having a guy flake on you when you've worked up your wife and she's excited is a bad time.
Oh, man.
Most take it personal and it messes with their self-esteem, so I've decided to try a new approach. This is why I thought this was good for you. What I would like to do is make friends with a prospective guy, like actual friends.
Oh.
Then once that is established and I know you're who you say you are, we all get together and have some ongoing fun. I don't have a 10-point plan for this, but I know I will not have her hurt again. About you. Now, it says 35 to 45, but we can probably negotiate. Single, no cheaters, period. Maybe married with a hall pass or an open relationship.
Does that not leave it open for cheating right there?
Be able to hold a conversation and be fun. Have hair. She doesn't like bald.
Oh.
Be in the general area and have a car. We're not your Uber, lol. Well, that's it. I'm sure that my inbox is about to get gang banged with dick pics. Please don't be that guy. Send a face shot and tell me about yourself. If you have kick, that's great. If not, texting works too. Hope to hear from ya. So yeah, very friendly.
Oh yeah.
You're not just getting a sex life. You're making friends.
A friend.
It's not about the sex. It's about the friends we made along the way. So
I get a friend.
You got a friend in me. But you
I
can
just
play
gotta
that while
lie
you're
and
banging.
pretend I'm 35.
So why would you pick number 3?
Well, we don't know. If
I don't have a good.
We don't know.
I don't want to pick any of them.
I'm just starting with that one first because you've picked ones like it before. But why would you pick this one?
I only pick ones like it because the other ones usually suck worse.
Okay, but I'm trying to get you off 3 first.
I don't want 3. I don't want 2. I don't want 1.
Let's just let him go through.
Let me help you eliminate 3. Okay. You're just an accessory to these people. They don't like.
No,
you're trying to get love. You're not really getting that.
Absolutely not.
Kind of would
said
say
they're friends.
I could argue that for all 3 cases, though.
He said they're friend. Yeah, he's an accessory in all these. What are you talking about?
Honestly, here.
He's never.
Here's
Bella.
what.
He's never not been an accessory in any of
I'm
these
just saying
that we've
this
done.
one is, I think, the most abusive because here's why. Let me explain to you why.
I think spanking a pussy is pretty abusive.
This one is abusive to Derek because yeah, he wants to make friends with you, but he's just trying to ascertain if you're the right pick for them. You see, they're just playing American pickers.
I would like to say this isn't.
Yeah.
I would like to say this isn't a one-time thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's also a commitment thing.
Exactly. They're not just using you for a one and done.
Yeah.
I think they want to legitimately be your friend.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
like, hey, what are you doing Friday night?
And here's okay, fine. But here's the main reason why I'm going to get you off this one, okay? Because you're a control freak. We've ascertained.
Only in the bedroom.
You like control.
Only in hypothetical sex talks.
In the never
you
going
like control,
to act upon
but guess
sex
what,
scenarios.
Derek? In this one, you're not in control. Okay?
Until you're banging his wife.
So
or
maybe I
we
should
don't know
step
that.
out of my comfort zone.
No. Here's the thing.
Here's the
thing. No, what I'm saying is that in this one, it's not what you want. It's what he wants.
Oh.
Okay.
He just wants him to please his
this
wife.
Is all about what this guy wants. Okay?
He just wants him to
it's
please his wife.
It's not about you. You are just an accessory to his happiness and his wife's happiness.
Outside of pleasing his wife, he don't care what you do. It's fine. And your friends. You can watch hockey and stuff. Why would he tell you all this stuff if he didn't want to have a connection with you?
Obviously.
He's talking about hockey and baseball. Like, he wants to chill and watch a game with you. And then, he watches while you bang his wife. It's non-traditional, but
it's very non-traditional.
Hey, it's 2017, baby. People do
They've
this
done
all the time.
They've done every scenario, I guess. It said
outside,
men, women, and couples.
Outside of a train, yes. They've done 2 guys and a girl. They've done 2 girls and a guy, and they've done couple stuff.
Here's the other reason why you won't want to do this one, okay? Because, in the part where they says, we're not your Uber drivers, I'm just going to go on a limb here. I have a feeling this guy does not like young people very much.
Maybe not.
And so you lying about your age, first of all, he's already trying to figure out if you are what you really say you are. So he's looking for that lie, okay? So you've already screwed yourself over by having to try and say you're younger than what you really are. A, and B, I think because he doesn't like young people, he's not going to want you anyway.
I'm going to tell you about the whole age thing. Here's what I'm going to do to defend that. I'm going to tell you the same thing that people say about jobs. It says 35 to 45. You're almost 30. You're pretty close. When you're applying for a job and it says you need 2 years experience and you don't have any experience, you still apply.
Yeah.
If you're like just under the mark, you still apply.
Still try it.
Like, he's just trying to filter out people that are just lazy and scared.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say, but
I think Derek is both of those things. So I think he may not want to do it.
But here's the thing. We have focused, for whatever reason, way too much on number 3.
I'm just picking.
We have 2 other options.
Two other great
It's
choices.
about him.
I know. I'm
There
trying
are
to
Let
help.
him
other
pick. He doesn't
great
need your help.
choices here.
I'm just here to tell
He
you
doesn't
what
need your
I think
help.
you should do.
He's
here.
a grown-ass man.
That's all.
So, Derek, do you want to spank a black chick's pussy and then suck on it once it's swollen? Do you want to bang? Do you want to bang a masculine lesbian?
A masculine lesbian.
Or do you want to be the new friend and sexual explorer of this early 40s couple? No answer.
I legitimately don't like any of them. But if I have to pick,
that's why I just picked them, because I don't want one that you like. I actually had one earlier that I think you would have liked, and that's why I clicked X.
You didn't even save it for later.
No.
All right.
No.
Fair enough.
You only get the bad thing. Yeah, you're not going to call anyway. It was another couple's one, but it was actually much more appealing.
Ugh.
I just like this one because of how much they talk about their personal lives.
Definitely get genuine and almost trust, I would say.
This person. These ones are just like, come bang me now. Number 3 is like a job
There's a
description.
relationship going on.
It's
here.
just like, do you want to be a part of our company culture here at Bang My Wife Corps?
Bang My Wife Corps.
I do like how he says gang banged with dick pics. Like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Considering they've been in gangbangs. She's bi and I'm straight. So that means you're never gonna have to bang him.
That's good.
That's never gonna be like he's not gonna like sneak a thumb while you're minding your own business with his wife. He's just gonna be like, you do you, pimp. Like it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do this the normal way. Which one are you gonna annihilate first? You better have a good reason.
I don't know what a masculine lesbian in this scenario
you know
looks like.
You know exactly what a masculine lesbian is.
I think I know exactly.
Big baggy jeans and a flannel shirt.
I show up with a "Make America Great Again" hat, and she kicks me.
Just
out.
pretend she looks like Rachel
or
Maddow.
Maybe she doesn't. You know.
Maybe not. Yeah, she looks like Rachel Maddow.
Yeah, she looks like Rachel Maddow. She said she's on the masculine side of the fence. So here,
she didn't say she swings completely masculine.
I'll Google it.
Masculine side of the fence.
No, I'm gonna look up stud lesbian.
Stud lesbian.
Okay, yeah, stud just is the new word for butch.
So it's just like short hair.
So here, I'll put it this way. Do you want to bang a butch lesbian?
A butch lesbian.
Because they mean the same thing. Now, apparently stud is just a lot less of abrasive of a word.
Let me try and sell you into a little bit here.
Oh, God.
But she really desires you, Derek.
I don't think she...
And the other one, the
She
guy...
doesn't desire you specifically.
Not really.
She said she wanted a guy, so...
They wanted a guy.
Yeah.
So the first one.
Everyone wanted a guy. It's women for men.
Well, what I'm saying is... But she explicitly says it in this. Okay, now in the other one... In the third one, I'm not sure about number 1 or number 2. I'm just saying that number 3, they seemed a bit more like they were just selecting for you. They weren't really interested. They were sort of dispassionate about wanting you in the way that they were wanting you. Okay, it was less about you and more about them.
See, I disagree.
This one is more for you.
I disagree. No, number 2 is more about him. No, number 2 is more about her.
Completely about her.
It's about her because she's
read
like
number 2 again.
Number 2 is. I want to see what a man can give me. Honestly, I want to have a. I want to be shown the road. It's all about her. She just
says
wants, she wants you for
times.
experimental purposes. This one, they want to be his friend. They want to watch hockey with him. Why do you hate these people, Bella?
Derek, you want to go watch hockey with a 40-year-old couple?
Do I get front row tickets?
And what if they had a home theater?
I think it's more like you sit on their couch and you watch TV.
What if they had a home theater? They might have a very nice house. South County's a nice place.
It can be a nice place.
Yeah. There's some nice places in South County. You know? They like hockey. They like all this stuff. So they have an amazing sex life.
Oh, yeah.
They want you to be part of it. Here's the thing. They have a wonderful life.
I know.
They want you to be part of that loving family.
He could, like, give me secrets in life that I don't know.
He could give you secrets.
And
what the hell
does... He could share all kinds of shit, just knowledge.
Share with me your secrets, Father.
Just knowledge that I don't know.
Impart knowledge on me. Be like, my son, as soon as you eat out my wife, I shall tell you all about taxes. Yeah, make my wife orgasm and I'll help you open a 401k.
Yeah.
Like, what is the trade-off here?
In 10 years.
Yes, we're gonna get you a financing plan just as soon as she's laid out and tired.
Yep.
All right, but anyway, let's make it easy. Let's eliminate 1. We haven't really talked about number 1 that much.
There wasn't much there.
Do you want to smack? I know it is very short and sweet. Do you want to smack somebody repeatedly with blunt instruments on the vagina? Mm-hmm. And then kiss it, make it feel better. That's what she wants. She wants you to hurt her and then fix her.
Yeah, then play doctor.
Yes, you want to play doctor? You can like smack it with a stethoscope.
Dr. Derek is not.
It does say wood. It says wooden spoon, paddle, etc. So stethoscope might not be out of the question. Yeah, I don't know. What you want?
I'm probably gonna throw out number 2 right now.
You're gonna throw out no butch lesbians. So instead of picking number 2, you're discarding it right away. It's almost like I planned it that way, just so we can stop saying, "Oh, you picked number 2. What a surprise!"
So now the third one's the new number 2.
No, it's 1 and 3.
1 and 3.
It's 1 and 3. So, pussy spanking, and now for something completely different. Come on, it's a Monty Python reference. These are good people. These are good people.
I'm not opposed to it. It's just I pick couples a lot. and it's gonna eventually there's gonna be a theme.
Really, are you comfortable with it?
Not really.
That's the thing. I mean, are you gonna want to sit on their couch, watch TV with them, and remember, this is not just a one-time thing. You have to keep doing this.
What if they
becomes your life?
I don't have to do anything.
Well, if you're agreeing to this,
remember,
he doesn't live with them. He didn't sign a contract. He can stop at any time.
But like that's what they want from this.
They want you to
keep doing.
Well, they want a commitment. That doesn't mean you have to give it.
They don't want you to be flaky, which is what they talked about immediately.
He can be flaky. Though.
What's he gonna do? Call me out on Facebook?
Sue you?
I don't know.
About it.
He's gonna call you into court. You said you would bang my wife bi-weekly,
and you were not there.
And you did not uphold your bargain. We made you Alfredo, and you did not. We went up to the bar and watched hockey while she stayed home and got warmed up, and you did not deliver.
Well, she got warmed up.
She got warmed up at home.
Worse than
There's nothing worse. Having a guy flake on you when you've worked up your wife and she is excited is a bad time. He says it right there at the end of paragraph 1.
The level of experience that this guy has is just so
They've been hurt before.
I know.
Hashtag not all guys. Show them difference.
Oh. Yeah.
Or pussy spanking. Which one is it?
I don't know.
Pussy spanking.
Flip a coin, I guess.
No, there is no coin flipping. We do not leave this to fate. We leave this to your heart.
I don't really have a choice. I don't know.
No, you have a choice. They're just both bad.
I mean, the first one doesn't sound... Well, there's not really much there, but I guess it's not terrible.
He has to smack around a pussy and then eat it.
Yeah.
While it's all swollen and gross and smacked.
Yeah.
Or can you picture Derek with a wooden spoon? Because she's probably that's not gonna. He's just doing like this offhanded. You're not flipping a pancake. You're not making flapjacks over here. You're beating the pussy up. What are you doing?
It's a wooden spoon.
I know, but you gotta like overhand it, man. Lay her down and
shit.
Or etc. Get a spatula. Who cares?
Yeah.
They make things.
They make things.
Use this microphone and record it. Not this one, not mine. Use yours.
Use mine.
Yeah.
Use a sensitive mic and record it.
Use mic 1, whichever one you. Yeah. Mic 2 is mine. You leave me alone.
Right. Okay.
Why is this so hard for you?
They both suck. You're making me pick 2 horrible things.
That's the point.
For you.
That's the point.
You've made your case, but you haven't really convinced me of one.
Okay, so I have to convince you of one. Okay.
Yeah,
you can't turn me off of 3, but you haven't.
It's just like the presidential election, Bella. You can't get him to pick by shit talking the one you don't like.
So I gotta.
You also have to. You can't just.
I gotta sell up one.
You can't shit talk Trump. You have to. You have to upsell Hillary.
I can't sell Hillary. No, never Hillary.
Well, then Then I guess. Pussy spanking Bella can't support either candidate.
There is no.
We gotta vote a third party.
Butch lesbian Sanders dropped out. Yeah. So Bella's just uninterested.
Bernie would have won.
Bernie would have.
Butch lesbian would have won.
Yeah.
That was the one I thought you would have tried. At least,
why?
I don't know.
It's the Butch.
Yeah, she could just.
If she would have just said normal looking.
Bella, what if he goes in and it just looks like him without a beard? Just fit and short hair and Batman shirt.
If you could with yourself, would you?
No.
Okay.
It's you.
Okay, Silence of the Lambs. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me hard. And then Derek tucks his dick between his legs and makes a flesh suit out of fat chicks. Derek's Buffalo Bill. We just discovered it. I didn't expect me to remember the movie that well. That's a good movie, though.
That's interesting.
Really weird.
Have you seen Silence of the Lambs?
No, I actually haven't.
You should watch it, dude.
I should.
It's good.
But anyway.
That was Hopkins, right?
Yeah, dude.
And Foster.
Yeah, he only had like 10 minutes of screen time and still got an award for it.
I'm not going to be able to sell one because I personally can't find the appeal of any of these.
And that is why Hillary lost.
That's right.
I can't find the appeal for one.
You can't degrade one and leave the other alone.
I can't. I would have done both. I would have degraded both, but
that's not how. Which one did he degrade the least? I'll pick that one.
No, I would pick neither of those ones. Anyway,
Bella is abstaining.
abstaining from the
I'm just
actual
gonna have to
voting
abstain
part.
from this. Sorry.
He went for the Jill Stein of this one, which is nothing because who cares?
Well, I picked 2.
You would pick 2.
But
2
then
was
again,
Bernie. He was the third.
I'm not.
He was the runner-up.
Because of reasons.
Because of reasons.
I'm not picking any of these.
Sanders / Kucinich, whatever side or not. Not Kucinich.
Dennis Kucinich.
Not
That's
Kucinich.
from a long time ago.
Wow. Why did I just forget his name? Who debated Bernie?
Cruz?
Ted Cruz?
No, the other one. He just did it. Guy who loves the food.
Oh,
Kasich.
Kasich.
Kasich. There, I knew it was a K. So Sanders / Kasich.
Do you want to have a night with John Kasich?
Yeah, Kasich / Sanders, whichever side you want to
He'll
be
do
on
his
for
salad
third
chopper
place.
motions.
Right.
Yeah.
On your back. You're just like, I'll give you a massage.
We'll give you a massage.
You got any pickles? Like, oh.
Let me talk about tax cuts here
Yeah.
and how we fix the budget. In
Here's
Congress.
the point. You're not going to have sex with any political
No, this
candidates,
is not
former
happening.
or
This is true.
future.
Unless the person
Nor am I
number 3
actually
is
calling any of
involved
these
in...
people.
It's a congressman.
Yeah, or like an alderman or something of St. Charles.
South County.
Or South County.
St. Charles was the lesbian. Get off the
Oh,
lesbian,
okay,
Bella.
all right.
St.
Right.
Charles was
Your
the-
person lost. Fall in line.
That's so rough.
Your guy's gone.
You know what they say? Hindsight is 20/20.
This got really political.
It really
trying to
always
figure out who
does.
you're going to bang.
It almost always does.
It's all a metaphor now.
Yeah. It's all about.
All right, so Derek, what did you choose now?
Well, if 3 represents Trump,
No. Three represents
Just
a
go right for it
loving
then.
a loving relationship with a human couple.
So it's definitely not Donald Trump then.
And number 1 represents smacking a pussy with blunt objects.
Yep.
So
That's Donald Trump.
it could be you. I mean, blunt object. I mean, as long as it's not a baseball bat. Spatula, tongs, wood spoon, plastic spoon.
Just think, Derek.
Wii
number
remote.
1, you get to grab him by the pussy. I mean,
Wii remote. I don't know what she's into.
I have no
I don't
idea.
know.
We could
Wii
find out
remote?
together.
Wii remote. Yeah, some ladies might just
fidget
be.
spinner.
Yeah. Well, let me just fidget spinner.
Clink, clink, clink,
Yeah.
clink.
By the
Oh my
way,
God.
they have a shitload of those at Walmart.
Do they really?
If you look on like the front end caps at the registers,
Yeah.
we're at the South County one. I assume ours is the same. It's like 4 shelves, just boxes of these
Really?
of all different kinds. They're only $5. I almost got one because they were actually pretty decent quality and they had like some cool colors. Like some of them were like sort of like see-through-y cool colors and stuff. I might go get one just to have one.
Why?
Just because it's like how people like keep their Tamagotchis or their Furbies.
Yeah.
Just like this is a piece of fad
So it's like
history.
it's a keepsake of what was.
It's
yeah, it's like a
relevant.
keepsake of the era. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
It's like it's Americana.
I
It's
hear
like
you.
why people have like Coke signs and
Keep
stuff
the
like
box.
fidget spinners.
I-
they
like
didn't
I-
come in a box.
like
Oh, they don't come in a box?
No, they're loose. That's why you can pick them up
The
and
plastic,
use.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're just you open the big box and it's just fidget spinners.
I got one from Five Below, like I said before, but yeah. So
I might get
you
one.
might have to get one.
I might get one just to like say I have one. I really want the cube though.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about fidget spinners.
Yeah,
we
you
did
have
that
to-
last
you have
week.
To fidget your spinner now.
Yeah, whose spinner are you gonna fidget? Whose fidget are you going to spin?
Oh.
Derek can't decide.
Derek really can't decide.
I don't.
I even
like
tried to
either.
go-
We
with
have
the-
had worse options.
I've
We had a
even-
gangbang last
I
week.
even
Did I-
By the
I
way,
didn't-
you didn't pick the gangbang. The
Okay.
gangbang re-updated a couple days ago,
Oh,
so
yeah?
she's still looking. I
Still
saw
looking.
I saw it with a newer date
That's
from
funny.
like 2 days ago. So she's
She
still
wants 20
she's
guys.
still trying to get that gangbang rolling.
Well, she's probably got 6 or 7.
She's wanted to break a record of 14. I remember the description.
She wanted like 20, right?
She did. She wanted 21 people, her and 20 other dudes. She wanted to break her record by 6
Yeah.
last holiday.
Such a beacon of courage.
She is what every woman should strive to be. Gang banging on
I
Craigslist.
know. It's crazy.
That's what Wonder Woman's going to do for us when that movie comes out.
Isn't it out already?
I don't know. I'm not going to go see it.
I'm not either.
I'm sorry, Batman shirt, but
calling,
fuck DC.
Calling it right now, I don't think the movie's going to do that well, and feminists are going to be mad about it.
I think it's going to make okay money, but, Batman and Superman sell tickets. Wonder Woman, we'll see. I think it's going to make decent money.
I think it'll do well. I don't think
It's-
it'll do that well.
It's also
It's
got,
not going to shatter records.
It's also got
No.
the heavy hitter of Aquaman in it too, apparently.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
So it's gonna be really good, right?
Which sucks because Jason Momoa as Aquaman looks really cool, but
He
there's
does.
there's that whole stigma of it's Aquaman.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about that.
No,
Yeah, let's
we're not
just
again.
Stop. Dang it, Derek, stop
I'm trying
distracting
to
us.
ignore.
We're talking about pussy
Stop
spanking
distracting us,
versus.
Derek.
I'm trying to do.
Stop buying time.
Stop filibustering.
Number 1. Fuck it.
You picked that at random, you son of a bitch.
You've made Seth very upset.
You
didn't pick
have.
the
All right,
insane
fine.
one.
Number 3.
You picked that. The first one.
Now you just are doing because Derek's gonna have to go whoever Seth wanted.
No, because here's the thing. I'm not mad that you picked one at random. I'm mad that you didn't.
You're not
I am mad that you
deliberating.
picked one. I'm not mad at the one you picked. I'm mad because you're
getting the easy way out. You really have
picked
to
it random.
suffer for it.
Because here's the thing.
The whole point of this, Derek, is that you don't like the choice and you have to suffer and agonize about. Okay.
Here's why I'm mad. Because you have to tell me why. And if you picked it random, I don't think I'm gonna like your answer.
Because it's not going to be genuine.
I want it to be. I want a genuine reason why
So
you would pussy
think
spank
harder
this girl.
about why you want one.
Because it doesn't involve another guy.
Okay, that's a
Okay,
good reason.
Good enough.
That's about all I got.
It's not good enough.
Not good enough.
What
all I got.
what about pussy spanking is more appealing to you than another man? You don't even know if he's gonna be there. Does it say he's gonna watch?
Probably he would
Most
be. They
likely.
said that they were multiple.
But he's straight.
I don't think you'd call
Yeah,
it
but then he'd be there, though.
MWM
It could
without
it could be a spit roast.
Derek's saying he'd be there. He wouldn't want that.
It could be a spit roast, but it could just be go pleasure my wife, and when you're done, come back in here and we'll play foosball.
We'll play foosball.
Like who knows?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We'll watch the baseball game.
Well, I watch the game. Maybe watch the game in the same room. Maybe have a
Maybe,
TV
I don't
in the
know.
bedroom.
Hard to say.
Yeah, you guys are like, did you see that play? You're like, yes. You're like banging his
did.
wife or something. But you would go a pussy spanking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because Derek likes black chicks. I don't know. That'd be really weird if I said that and he was like, wait, I change it.
I forgot she was black.
God, she was black. I have to change my answer. That is not what happened. Let the record show. So are you picking pussy spanking?
Yeah.
Why? Just because it doesn't involve another guy?
Yeah.
What if it was you and another guy pussy spanking? You like took turns?
I don't know.
It's like on the it's like on the railroad where you take turns hammering the spike into the ground. It's like you swing and then he swings and you get like a rhythm. You're just like, I've been working on the smack rail. It's like all the live long day. Like it's just that over and over.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have smacked the table like that.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be loud, and it is loud. So mission
loud.
fulfilled. Oh well. Headphone users beware after the fact.
Yeah.
So
10 minutes ago, you should have not listened to headphones.
Nope.
because-
Shouldn't listen to this podcast at all, honestly.
Probably
but here
not.
you are.
Yep.
So you're gonna pick number
Yeah,
one, pussy
number one.
spanking. You're locking in.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, Derek picked number one,
Yeah.
and once again, he's in control. He's doing the spanking. He's doing the
told you.
kissing.
That's the main
He's
theory
doing the
here.
sucking. I have to get like 3 things where like you're the
Submissive.
bitch. I gotta get like 3
3
things where you're the
submissive things.
bitch and figure out if you pick one or not.
Well, he'd have to because he'd only have those choices.
I need one where it's like you're getting pegged, you're getting like strapped to a BDSM board or something, and then like you're gonna do my taxes, boy, or something like that. And you have to pick one.
You have to pick.
Actually, if your choices were doing someone's taxes and like they were a small business owner, so it was quite complicated, or getting pegged, what would you pick?
Taxes.
Wow,
That's
okay.
too easy. Seth.
Taxes are hard.
He doesn't be good at it.
I think I'd rather
I'm
get
pretty
pegged.
good at math.
Okay,
I think
how
I'd
about-
figure
okay,
it
how
out.
At least when I get pegged, I don't have to think. I just gotta sit there and take
You
it.
just gotta, lose all
I don't
your
need a
language.
calculator to get pegged.
You don't need a calculator.
I don't need your financial records to get a dildo in my butt. Like, just whatever.
You just gotta relive the fact that you had a dildo in your
Yeah.
butt.
Let it be
rest of your
known that by voting for pussy spanking, you voted for Hillary somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Trump. Well, we won't know.
Voting
It's-
for the black woman. Yeah, that voted for
Oh, so you vote for
Hillary.
Obama? Okay.
Yeah, Michelle.
Okay, there you go. You spanked your
Michelle for
pussy.
president. Yeah.
Oh, now the Secret Service is gonna come get us because we said something bad.
Michelle for
Oh.
president?
No,
Not that part.
no, because
No.
he's gonna spank the poos.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Spanking a poos.
Yep.
Then it
yep.
turns out she just has a cat. She needs to have disciplined. I need you to come
Yeah.
smack my cat around. I keep shitting on the
She
floor.
shows a black cat. Here
and,
you go.
and Derek's just like, I know a thing or two about cat shitting
I
on
know
the floor.
all about this.
And I can't fix mine, but perhaps I can fix
I
yours.
know.
I am the cat whisperer.
Yeah.
My name is Derek. I'm the cat. They're part of my pack.
Mm-hmm.
My pride. That's a group
Yep.
of cats. And,
It's a group of cats.
Yeah, my pride. And I am the cat whisperer. on Discovery or Animal Planet, whatever channel Cesar Millan's on. Can never remember. Speaking of TV personalities, before we gotta get going a little bit. I watched Gordon Ramsay's new show.
Okay, how is it?
The F Word. So, yes. The F Word, he's had it in England. That was like one of his first shows, I think, or one of his earlier ones. But he brought it here. It's pretty good. You don't see angry Gordon. Mm-hmm. The way it works is he has this restaurant called the F Word, and he gets two. In this one, it was like a group of cousins, and the other one it was just like a bunch of childhood friends. So basically, family or close friend units. And they're cooking for his restaurant. And at the end of the night, the customers decide who they like more. And they get to like go to like an end thing at the end of the season to win money or whatever. And there's celebrities that he interviews. Like that was in the British one too. Like he would have like, I remember like there was one I watch all the time where James May from Top Gear was in his restaurant. And they talk and have interviews, talk about stuff. It's like Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg was there with his family. Like just whoever's in there, he goes and talks to him. And then they'll do like a segment, like he did one where he got into a disguise and went to the cooking class of one of his former students or whatever. And then he goes back into the kitchen and they talk about the food. And it's there's no angry, like if you're into like Kitchen Nightmares or like Hell's Kitchen, Gordon,
like
you're not
it's raw.
You're not gonna like this show. Like if there is like they've had food come back on just on this first episode, but he's like, guys, come here. You know, get it together. I know you're talented. Like he doesn't just like, oh, you can't cook, come on my show. He goes to your house and they cook for him, and he's like, I like you guys. You're gonna be on the show and go against these guys. Like these people have cooking talent, but it's just like we cook at home. We're just regular families. And he does some celebrity interviews, which I'm gonna be honest. Toward the end, I sort of skipped through them.
Right.
Because there's like Jamie Foxx is hosting a new show on the same channel. So they started talking about it. And it was just like they started talking just like about each other and like food and whatever. But then it got into the show and I'm just like, I don't care. So some of that stuff I skipped through. And yeah, if you don't like peaceful Gordon like he is on other shows, then don't watch.
So like his interviews on talk shows basically.
Pretty much. He's calm, friendly, you know. It's not Hell's Kitchen.
I feel like the reason why he's doing that is because he's seen as kind of like a jerk in the United States, and he's not in the UK.
No, if you watch his UK shows, he's talked about it.
He's sort of like level-headed in the way that
he's talked about there's a time and a place for him to be like that.
Yeah.
And in the situation of the F Word or other shows, you're not in that situation.
So like what I'm saying is like his perception in the United States is that he's a jerk, and he's trying to kind of rehabilitate his image by doing this.
Maybe,
show.
But even
what I think is what
he's even had shows here where he's nice.
Yeah, he's had that too.
Like it really depends on basically are you in his kitchen or not? That's really what it comes down. And in this one, he's there, but it's not like he's on the line cooking with you and expediting and stuff. He's just there to be the host, so he has no reason to cuss at you. But yeah, if I like Gordon no matter what. I like his personality. I like it when he's mad. I like it when he's happy. I watch UK and US shows with him. I just like Gordon Ramsay. Yeah. So I like it. I'll keep watching.
I feel like it's not quite the same show if he's not angry, though.
It's not. It's definitely a tonal shift because there's not the outbreak. And maybe in later episodes there will be. I don't know. Maybe the first episode was
when
just
he realizes the ratings are kind of dropping.
Let's ease him in or something. Right. But for what I am gathering, it's going to be a gentler Gordon. Like he's done other shows where like kids are cooking and stuff, and he's nice a very nice man.
Kids,
yeah. Like there's a time and a place for him to be like that.
What I've seen is that he finds it more acceptable to be that way towards adults because he thinks they should know better.
Yeah,
but
and if
children
you're in his kitchen,
are just children.
If you like watch interviews or videos of him when he was under other people, that's how chefs act. Yeah. He acts like that because that's how he was treated when he was like a sous chef and like helping on the line and stuff. That's just how he was brought up. But there's a time and a place. Like those guys aren't like that outside of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Plus, in this first episode, his kids were in the restaurant. Like a few of his kids were there. So he's just like, maybe there's families eating there. Like Hell's Kitchen, it's all like adults and rich people. Right. But like this one, there's like families eating there and stuff. So he doesn't, he's a good guy. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. Time and a place. I do love me some Hell's Kitchen though, because he also gets mad on Hell's Kitchen work because those people they're all working as chefs.
Right.
These are just people he brought in who just like to cook. So if you go all Gordon on them, what's the point? They're not professionals in the field. If you're a professional in the field, he will kill you.
Right. Well, the idea of the restaurant too is you're serving to people that are paying for your food kind of thing. So if you're like deliberately doing something that could make them sick, that's legitimate grounds to get mad.
No, it is. And if you're a professional chef like Hell's Kitchen or Kitchen Nightmares, he'll get mad because you should know better.
With what you're talking about, he just goes to people's. Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, like one of the groups he was with were just 4 childhood friends from Tennessee.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we like to cook every week. And he's just like, okay. So, like, why would I drop a cluster of F-bombs on you? You're just a group of friends who want to cook. Like,
right.
And it does work. I got so hungry watching that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. They were cooking, like, some seared salmon and stuff. I'm just like, oh, with, like, smashed potatoes. I didn't know smashed potatoes and mashed potatoes are two different things. Apparently, smashed potatoes, you take a small, like, the red potato or something, and you literally just smash it once. And it just breaks apart, but it stays together, and then you, like, fry it or, like, sear it or something. I'm just like, oh, I'll have to try that sometime.
Cool.
I'm getting hungry now.
Hungry.
I'm grilling tonight, y'all.
Hells yeah.
It's going to be like 90 degrees when I go out there and do it, but it is going to be worth
Right.
and go get some stuff. But, yeah, Gordon Ramsay. Did we have anything else on the docket? Oh, no. Dead air.
No, no,
Dead air.
I'm good.
I don't think we got anything.
Last time we went an hour longer than that.
I know. We went on for a
Yeah,
long time
we
last
have
time.
been.
Hey, you know what? We're about to hit 2 hours.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's 5 o'clock. I got to go start preheating the grill and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Thawing out meat if it's not all the way thawed out.
This is good.
Yeah, you guys care about what I'm doing, right? About my meat and what you care about my meat. But I think we're going to head.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do a mini cast sometime soon. You guys can expect that. Please watch them more. Like,
We need to do
comment,
one sometime,
subscribe, all that bull crap.
Right.
But anyway, I am Seth.
I'm Bella.
I'm Derek.
And we will see you next week.